Hello. Hello, everyone. Tokimori. Hello. Hello. Tokimori. Hello. わー。Tokimori 時を超えて笑顔を届けて Cosmia の Tokimori あおいだよ. Hi guys, I'm your favorite friendly fox girl. Next door, Aoi Tokimori from Cosmia. Hello, welcome in. Today we are reading. It's another kind of chill day. Chill? Question mark? I don't know. In my book, this is chill. Hello everyone. Welcome in. Thank you very much for coming to hang out today. Today we are reading some fun Reddit stories. Konkomori, hello. I successfully conquered my fever from yesterday. I woke up feeling fine. I actually had a stomach ache. All night, which is also like, what the hell? But I think it was something I ate. Because I'm okay now. But yeah. Other than that, I woke up feeling very fine. Very fine. Albeit like a little bit sleep deprived, I guess, just because I kept waking up in the middle of the night. But I feel better and my body temperature is fine. I do not have a fever. I took Mimi to the vet. Everything is fine. I got her a passport. I got her a rabies vaccination. I was productive, today. Yes. Reddit's super chill. Oh, definitely. Reddit's super chill. Yes. So I feel a lot better. It's cool. I can't believe I got over that in a day. I was a little bit scared. I was like, oh no, if this continues, like, I'm not gonna be able to record the things I need to record. I'm not gonna be able to stream the way I want to stream, whatever. But yeah. Yeah, it's good. And yes, Mimi has a passport now. Woo! So, if I recall, stomachache isn't a common symptom of the flu. Yeah, I think it was just something. I think it was just something that I ate. Maybe I ate dinner too fast. Because I was hungry. Strong immune system? I mean, I don't know. I think my immune system, like, knew what it was dealing with. Like, if it was the flu again, like, my immune system was like, oh no. We've seen this before. And it helped me out, so. What exactly does having a cat passport imply? I mean, it lists their, like, vaccinations and stuff. Apparently, like, the US doesn't have, animal passports, but the EU does, so it's French. It says France on it. And so if I move, or if I take her to any other European countries, like, it's easy. Like, I can just show them her passport and it's okay. This does not apply to the US. I don't even know. Well, I mean, like, I'm glad I have the passport, but I honestly don't think I can even use it. If, I don't know, I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, like, the vet spoke pretty good English. Very good English, I should say. But I didn't get 100% of what she was saying to me. But yeah, I think it was, like, it's, like, you can move pretty freely throughout throughout Europe with, like, a European pet passport or whatever. At least I have an appetite. Yeah, I had a pretty good appetite yesterday. It was good. I was strong. Yeah, my body knew what it was dealing with, so it was like, okay, we're gonna deal with this, like, in one night. And so I'm okay now. You need to apply for a new citizenship for me when you move. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like, I think that, the vet today, she was like, yeah, like, the US is very easy. Like, she was like, yeah, they don't require, like, they honestly don't even require, like, vaccination, proof of vaccination. They just need, like, a health certificate that says, like, oh, yep, your cat can fly, or whatever, and that's it. They don't actually even need vaccination because apparently, what she said is that, like, France or Europe, France, I don't know, somewhere is rabies free, so it's not. We still got, like, Mimi still has a rabies vaccination, but obviously, because if I'm taking her to the United States of America, then she's gonna need a rabies vaccination. But oh no, she's French, real. To the UK, that's a really good question. Actually, I have no idea. Tokimori いらっしゃい。来てくれてありがとう。All these illegal cats. All these illegal cats. Let's see. Yeah. So today, okay. Anyway, enough about that. I was productive today. I took Mimi to the vet. She was pretty fussy. She was pretty fussy in her carrier, but it wasn't the worst that it could have gone. She calmed down. She calmed down by the time I got to the vet and stuff, so it was good. UK isn't in the EU, and I don't think in the Schengen. Yeah, I don't think. I doubt. Yeah, I guess it doesn't count anymore. So yeah. RIP. RIP. RIP to the UK. Anyway, yes. Any good cringy Reddit stories? We're about to find out. I have French ads on my computer, which is cool. Nothing. I looked a little bit, and there's nothing like doxing from what I can see. I scrolled a bit and looked at all the ads, and none of them are like location sensitive. Besides the French. So. Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna like look. I'm just gonna look through like the posts at the top and stuff, and we're gonna read. I was listening to people reading Reddit stories. There's the podcast called Two Hot Takes, and I was listening to that a little bit today, and I was like, maybe I'll read some Reddit stories today. First ad for some medicine for ligma. Ligma? I don't know what you. I literally don't even know. I literally don't even know what that is. Okay, the first one today. Oh, ling is the, yeah, it means like line or like on, yeah, it means online, I believe. I can definitely speak French. Yeah, you need to look up ligma right now. No, I'm not. No, because I know. I'm not going to ask the question. I'm not going to ask. Oh my, I don't know what's ligma, you guys. I don't know what it is, and then fall into that. I'm not falling into that. I am not as chronically offline as you think I am. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, false alarm, guys. Yeah, no, I was looking. Well, I was looking at anything that could be fairly close to that, and on link. I mean, it could have been yours. It could have been you, chat. It could have been you being like, I don't know, maybe it says ligma. You never know. Yeah, no, I'm not as chronically offline as you think I am. Anyway, let's start reading. Let's see. Am I the asshole for telling my teenager that they can't have a birthday dinner today as they chose not school? As they chose not school because of a rash. My teenager turned 16 today. They're also autistic. Great. This morning, they came out complaining about a rash from shaving, stating that it hurt too much to have air blow on it or cloth against it. Ooh, okay. This okay. this might be a little rough. And therefore, they weren't going to school. I gave them a few hours and tried again. Does anyone know anyone who uses like the, what do you call this? An ampersand or whatever? Does anyone know anyone who uses this? Because I don't. Okay. They still wouldn't go. Gave it a few more hours. Same result. Now it's too late to go to school. So I told them to text their friends and tell them that the dinner party at, oh my god, a mid-price restaurant is off. Now they and their sibling, 21, are calling me an asshole. I feel like if I let them have the dinner out tonight after they called out of school is rewarding a negative behavior. If they were diabetic and had to go to the ER because of one low blood sugar, then we're released, I still wouldn't let them go out to a dinner. Not that they'd feel up to it then, I imagine. So is this just me being a good parent or me being an asshole? Edit, I'm still going to give them their birthday card / gift tonight. I haven't decided if the makeup dinner would be here or at the original restaurant or the ad. Oh my god. Later night. Edit 2. They used to chew the collar. Huh? They used to chew the collars off their school uniform shirts. Because they didn't like the feeling of the fabric against their neck. So when they showed me that they did indeed have a raised / red rash from shaving that was too painful for school, I agreed to let them stay home. I gave them medicated cream / lotions for the rash. I checked in on them several times throughout the day to see if they were feeling better. If the rash is the reason that you are staying home from school at 8:30, 11, and 13, then it is also the reason that you aren't going out to dinner at 17, at 5. Clarification of edit 2. Using the shirt collar chewing as an example of understanding that they do have sensory issues. The rash is not on the neck. And also... Ooh, this writing is hard to follow. And also showing that by offering to let them stay home / offering medications throughout the day to show that I understand that the sensory issues can lessen with a little time as could have the rash. Clarification 3. It is a known rule in our household that if one is too much of something to go to school that day, then one is not allowed to do fun events the rest of that day. That expectation as a consequence was reiterated each time that they were checked on and asked about whether or not they wanted to go to school. To have to explicitly state that feels really weird. I feel like if I let them have the dinner out tonight after they called out of school is rewarding a negative behavior. I mean, I guess I can see where that's coming from. I suppose. I suppose, but I don't think that that's like very, like, yeah, going to school and participating in your own birthday dinner is like, that's two different things, you know. Like I do enjoy the filtered ones because they make me go yeah. I mean, this is written questionably, but it's okay. That's how you know it's a person. Right there. Yeah, I can definitely see both sides, because I mean, if you start enabling things like that, it's like, oh, like I have a rash, it's really bad, and it's like, okay, like I understand like you not wanting to go to school, but then it's like, okay, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends after school. It's like, well, that's not that what do you mean? Yeah, see if the rash gets better by, like, you know, like 2 hours before or something. I don't know. I mean, like, and also like it's a birthday, you know? Like, if it was just like, if it was not, I don't know, like if it wasn't a birthday and it was just like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with my friends after school, my rash is better. Like, I don't know, maybe I'd be like, okay, why don't you stay home and study then? Like, I don't know, but like, it's a birthday. It's a birthday. Maybe, I don't know. Like, is it too whatever to be just like, well, it's a birthday. Well, I don't know. Cut them some slack. It's their birthday. I mean, like, and birthdays, when you're like that young, birthdays are a big deal. Just like let them have it. You know, it's just like a day. Yeah, I think if this was like anything else, if this was like, oh, but, you know, I don't know, like, if it was like, oh, I'm gonna go see a movie, or I'm gonna go over to my friend's house to game, you know, like, I don't know how I'd feel about that, but like, it's a birthday dinner, it was planned, you know, it was planned. They gotta, like, if they had a reservation or something, what is it? Did it say a dinner party at a mid-priced restaurant? I told them to text everything. Yeah, like, you have other people. You have other people that are relying on you to, like, I don't know. You have there's the potential to, like, inconvenience other people. It's like, just do it, you know. My opinion. Bowels of Reddit today. Bowels of Reddit. Bowels of Reddit. Is there plenty more birthdays left? I mean, that's also true. That is also true. But I think that like, it's like it's not worth the effort of like, if the kid wants to have it, it's not worth the effort of like calling the restaurant and canceling the reservation, texting all their friends to be like, sorry, like my parent is just not letting me have my birthday party today because I'm like, if they were sick, if they were sick and contagious, like maybe, but I also think 16 years old is the prime age for grudges. Real. That's real. This other child to be an indie VTuber. That's true. That's also true. Yeah, I think it is a little overblown. It's like, they got plans, you know. It's teaching the kids a valuable lesson. Life sucks, deal with it. Yeah, I mean, like, I would usually be on that side, too. It's like, would you really, I don't know, like, if, for example, like, if your kid was, like, faking sick, or, like, they didn't feel like going to school in the morning, and they were like, oh, you know, I'm feeling under the weather, or whatever, but then they tried to, like, go out after school is over, I don't know if I would tolerate that, because it's like, that's not how it works, you know, but, yeah, just let them have it. Just let them have it, like, now, because it's more effort than it's worth, and, like, Later in life, who may not want birthdays. Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal when you're, like, 16, you know? Why do you just be introverts when they're young? Oh, no. 2 more years and they're getting kicked out. I suppose so. Yeah, that's true, and that's true. I mean, like, there's not a lot of birthdays that you spend with your kid anyway. Like, hey, why not? Just let him have it. Am I the asshole for telling my neighbor her baby looks like Jeff Bezos? Wait, this one's so short. My neighbor had a baby and everyone was saying how cute he is. I jokingly said, he kind of looks like a tiny Jeff Bezos. She got mad and said I was being rude, but like, he's bald, he's serious, and I swear he's plotting world domination. She told me to never compare her baby to a billionaire again. I agreed, but Elon Musk would have been worse, right? Okay, this OP has a point. OP has a point. Like, it wasn't Elon. Why is this filtered? This isn't like... No, this person is not the asshole. Who cares? I don't know. That's too oversensitive. That's it. That is all. That is all. That one's not. That's so funny. Oh, because it's a judgment bot. Oh, that's funny. That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, I guess the mother, if you're like a mother of a newborn and you think your baby is like the cutest thing in the world, and someone's like, kind of looks like Jeff Bezos, like, okay, maybe you, I don't know, like, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, that's so rude, why would you say that? I would just be like, haha, and like be a little bit upset about it, maybe. I don't know, if I was like an oversensitive newborn mother. I don't know. Yeah, can't have a goddamn opinion. I know, real. I don't know, you know. I mean, the baby daddy. The baby daddy. That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, a billionaire, like, she was like, oh, don't compare my baby to a billionaire, but like, is that not kind of a compliment, you know? Maybe, like, better he compare it to, like, a billionaire than some, like, I don't know, like, oh, looks kind of like a, I don't know, like a pig or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know. There are worse things to be compared to than Jeff Bezos in my mind. Yeah, Elon Musk would have been worse. I agree. Like, yeah, got a point. A Jeffrey Dahmer, exactly. I don't think we like rich people. Yeah, I mean, like, we don't, but there are worse people out there, right? There are worse billionaires. So, I mean, like, I don't know, and I think it's, like, not that serious either. The biggest thing is that it's not that serious. This one says, Am I the asshole if I don't go to my sister's courthouse wedding? This morning, I, 26 female, woke up to a really weird text from my sister, 33 female. Sister, can you take off March 6th? Me. For what? Sister, I'm getting married. Me. Ellipses. Ever since birth, I've known my sister to be a serial dater. Almost every time I see her, she has a new boyfriend. She hasn't introduced me to anyone recently, so seeing this text is quite a shock. Before New Year's, she told me that she was dating a guy in a different state, but they just broke up. So if she is getting married, I am 90% sure that it is probably going to be with a complete stranger. Either way, I do not want to be a part of it at all. I just started school, I've been working a lot, I really don't want to support my sister's dumb decisions. Especially when I know that she hasn't known this dude for long. At the end of the day, I am just scared of her getting hurt or used. Well, maybe we should communicate that then. I don't know. I feel like there are different ways. There might be different ways to go about this than to just be like, no, I'm not going to your wedding. I don't know. Do those things take a long time? Yeah, I mean, like, it sounds like this person is, like, genuinely worried for their sister. So, I don't know. It just sounds a little bit, like, maybe you could communicate the fact that you're worried. You know the guy for long? I mean, OP is assuming that she's getting married, her sister's getting married to a complete stranger. Or someone that she's only known for, what, a few months at most? Communicate that as the mature option. Yeah, and I mean, like, obviously, even if you're like, oh, hey, I'm worried about you because, like, you know, you're blah, blah, like, I've noticed that you always are dating someone new, and this seems a little bit, it's like a little bit of a rash decision, and, like, are you sure, blah, 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 like, who is this person? I mean, there's a chance that your sister isn't gonna listen, either, so, yeah, we should take... Actually, you're right. We should take votes. We should take votes. I'm not gonna put... Are they the asshole? Because I'm going to... Because... that sometimes that's confusing. So I'm gonna write... Go to the wedding. The courthouse wedding. There. Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't think it's... Again, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, if... It's a courthouse wedding, right? So, like, does she actually have to do anything? Like, does she have to give them money? Does she have to, like... You know, does she have to buy a dress so she can go to... Like, no, it's a courthouse wedding, right? So you just have... Don't you just have to be there? Like... I think... Right? You just need to show up, right? I think I would go. If it was me, like, I would just go. Because, like... I mean, depending on what you have. If you have, like, a final that day... Okay, maybe not. Time and gas? I guess. I suppose. But I mean, like... If it... Is it 3 hours away? Then maybe not. Is it, like... Is it a trains right away? I mean, I guess that... There's a lot of factors in this that are kind of like, well... She should get more info. She should get more info. I think that, like, it's like, who is this dude? Like, what is this, like, what does this mean? What do you mean? Yeah, that's true. I'd get more, like, 1 day off. Yeah, if it's just, like, 1 day off and they don't have to travel that far, I'd be like, well, just go. Also, like, I would express my concerns. You know, it's like, oh, I've noticed that you have a tendency to do this, and, like, if you're planning on getting married, I can only assume that that's someone you haven't known for very long, and I'm worried about you. And if your sister's not gonna listen, like, your sister's an adult. At that point, it's like she's got to take responsibility for her own actions. Like, if she gets divorced, or if this new marriage, like, ends up in shambles, that has nothing to do with whether or not you went to her wedding, her courthouse wedding, right? So Wow, it's wow, 50-50. Interesting. Okay. Courthouse implies an overly simple relationship. Yeah. I suppose so. I mean... Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess I would want a court, but for like me, I mean, like for me, I'd want a courthouse wedding because I don't want a wedding. Like I don't know. That's like, I would say, yeah. Like it definitely depends on like preference, right? Hope you gotta give the guy a chance. Yeah, I mean, like we gotta like, you gotta get some info first. But I mean, like in the, I think like taking that out, like I don't know, like I think like that's something that she needs to do regardless of whether she goes to the wedding or not. You know what I mean? Like like regardless of whether she goes to the courthouse, she needs to get more information on this dude. Like whether she shows up at the courthouse on that day is kind of irrelevant to like I don't think like showing up at the courthouse shows your support for like your sister and not, I don't know. Your sister's tendency, wouldn't it more so be her sister's fault instead of the guy's? Yeah, what? Well, I don't know. I mean, we don't know. Maybe this guy's like, maybe the guy's a scumbag. Like you wouldn't know, because I mean, like maybe they're both serial daters, both her and the guy. Like something. Like, I think what's really telling about this is like, it's like the last sentence that's like, at the end of the day, I'm just scared of her getting hurt or used. Okay, that's valid and you need to express that to her, but you also need to like say, you like, I personally would go if I didn't have like something crazy important on the day, because at the end of the day, her getting hurt or used and you showing up at the courthouse to be supportive of her is not the same thing. It's not like you bear any responsibility by showing up at the courthouse. It's not like when they get married, something goes wrong and then they're like, you showed up at my wedding, and then it's like, well, you told me to, you know? Like, it's not, I think that they're like, they are different, they are separate problems, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she just, especially when I know she hasn't, yeah. I really don't want to support my sister's dumb decisions. I don't know, does showing up at the courthouse mean that you're supporting her decisions? You could always be like, I'm not supporting you. I will show up for you because you're my sister and I love you, but I don't support your decision. I mean, do you have to support the decision to show up at the courthouse? I don't know. I don't know. How close are you with your sister? Oh, there's a lot of comments on here. Let's see what the comments say. This, not showing up would make a more significant statement. I guess so. If you really wanted to make that statement, the family does succeed, then it's a surefire way to be left out of it. That's true. Yeah. I'm gonna explain my ruling as it is from past experience. My sister was not a serial dater. She dated guys for years, and when the relationship ended, it was always hard on her. Well, in the past, she broke up with her boyfriend of 3 years because he didn't want to commit, which is fair. They were in their early 20s, and he said he was too young, and that isn't what she wanted, so she ended it. Suddenly, she starts dating a coworker after a few months, which is okay and fine. Then within 2 months, she's engaged, and as an older sister, I was like, hold up, this is going way too fast. 1 month into the engagement, she becomes pregnant, and then, so she doesn't look pregnant in the wedding photos, they get married 1 month after that. Wow. Basically, my sister started dating a dude, got engaged, got pregnant, and then married in like less than 6 months. I told her she was going way too fast and to slow down and think, and it got her really upset. While I did go to the wedding, I was actually in the wedding, I wasn't extremely supportive leading up to it, and it didn't help plan it. I showed up and was nice, but I thought the whole thing would blow up because neither of them really knew each other. Now, they did have some rough times, but now nearly 13 years later, they are still married and now have 3 children. Moral of the story, there's no such thing as a normal way to get married. I took like 10 years to get married to my man, and we've been together since I was 15. I'm now 34 and we're solid, but that apparently is not what my sister needed. She knew what she wanted at a young age, a husband and multiple children, and apparently she met the man who wanted the same exact thing as she did, and they decided to go for it together right away. I've had fights over the years with my sister about the beginning of her relationship, and she is a grudge holder, so if she's mad for something random, she'll drag how I was unsupportive of her and her relationship over a decade ago. My advice, mind your own business. Go to the wedding, be supportive, and let your sister make her own mistakes. Will it fall apart? Maybe, but take it from me, this could be one of those weird random times it does not fall apart, and if it is, trust me, sticking your nose in her business is not worth it. Yes. That makes sense. I do think that makes sense, and like it's valid and good to be worried for your sister, but your sister, at the end of the day, your sister's an adult. Like, if her marriage fails, that's on her and not on you. And it's like, would you rather, like, I don't know, would you rather potentially sacrifice your relationship with your sister, or be able to say, haha, I told you so? Like, you know, I don't know. There are always success stories, yes. You're the asshole. Take off a crappy day in March. Celebrate your sister's happy day. Short-lived or not, she wants you there. You're the asshole. Look, we get to make these judgments about our family members. You can even tell her how you feel about it, but we do have responsibilities to our family, whether this sub wants to acknowledge them or not. She's your sister. Go to the courthouse wedding. Demonstrate that she has your support, even if the... Yeah. See? That's what I was saying. If the marriage does not. Be available to celebrate if it succeeds, or offer some consolation if it doesn't. You don't actually have to do much. This is the real deal about family obligations. You're okay doing the minimum as long as you do it. So take off March 6th, get her a relatively cheap but useful gift and a card, show up, make snarky comments outside of her earshot. Oh, dang. Whoa. Okay, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That might get back to her, but... But that's true. You are allowed to have your opinions and judge your family members. Like, that's just how it is. But you can be supportive of them and not agree with their decisions. Make snarky comments. Okay, I don't know what that... If this was my family, I feel like anything you say, like, if you make snarky comments, or if you say, like, something about someone or something, like, somehow that's gonna get back to someone in the... Yeah, I don't think... That would not fly. That would not fly for me, but, you know, I don't know. If you trust people enough, I suppose. Yeah, haha, I told you so. I am a haha, I told you so sort of person, but when it comes to, like, well, my family wants me to do this, I'm not gonna, like... But because you can still say, haha, I told you so, and go to the wedding. I don't know. That's your... maybe if you have, like, a really important... If it was, like... honestly, if it was coinciding with, like, I don't know, a concert that you paid, like, $1,000 for, or, like, I don't know, or a really important final, or, like, what do you call that? When you have to, like, debate your PhD thesis or whatever. Like, if it was something like that, then I would say, okay. Like, then maybe you don't have to go. But, like, if it's just a day, because she was like, oh, I've been working a lot. School just started, I've been working a lot. Well, but what does that mean? Does that mean you have, like... So what do you have that day, is the real question. Dissertation, yeah. Relatives got loose lips and... Yeah, exactly. Something... I don't know, that would get back to someone, somehow. Next one. Am I the asshole for telling my housemate she can't give me unsolicited advice? Uh-oh. I, 27 female, have a strange living situation. I live with a family. Chris, 65 male. Danielle, 59 female, and their daughter. Okay. And do household chores in exchange for rent. Ooh, okay. I've lived here for 19 months. It's mostly smooth sailing. I work full-time and am applying to law school. Danielle has some issues with boundaries. She doesn't understand why she can't enter my room without permission, for example. Okay. And I know it's both due to age differences and the fact that they allow me to live in their house for free. I have to be very careful when enforcing boundaries. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Yesterday I made dinner for everyone after a full day of chores. Around 10 p.m. as I was finishing the dishes, Danielle told me I needed to steam clean the carpet in the living room because the cats had peed all over it. I did, and as I was putting the steam cleaner away, Danielle entered and said she wanted me to do another room. Because it was 10:30 at this point and I still wanted to work on an application before bed, I politely but firmly said I'm not going to do that. I probably should have said I'll do it tomorrow, but I was exhausted, so I just said no. I put the machine away, submitted my application, and went to bed. Tonight, as I was finishing up my meal prep for the week, Danielle cornered me in the kitchen. I don't want to fight about this, she said, but I want to mention something. Last night, when you told me you weren't going to clean the other room, I found it rude. You should be careful when you say things like that at work so that you don't get fired. Oh. I was floored. I snapped, Danielle, you haven't had a job since before I was born. Whoa. You don't get to give me advice about how to act in the workplace. Whoa. Danielle rolled her eyes and huffed. See, I didn't want to fight about this, and walked out of the room. I called after her, then maybe don't bring it up? Danielle hasn't spoken to me since, and I don't know what's coming. For context, Danielle has only had one job in her whole life from age 22 to age 25. After that, she quit to raise kids. I grew up very poor. I have been working since I was 14 and supporting myself since I turned 18. They offered to start our arrangement in 2023 because they needed help around the house and I was struggling financially. As for Danielle's work advice, I currently work as a regional manager at a small firm. Not only is her advice outdated, but I can't take it. I'm a people manager. A lot of my day-to-day job involves being polite but unyielding. I think she was frustrated by my setting a boundary and that's why she brought it up. I know part of my frustration is that I feel powerless to protest most of the time. I will be moving out in August of this year when I go to law school, hopefully, and my goal is to just make it until then. I'm also really frustrated that Danielle felt like she could say whatever she wanted and then walk away as if I had no right to feel anything. Am I the asshole for what I said? Yeah, this is giving me a little bit like you're both the asshole sort of thing. Because I mean, like, there's a lot of other ways to say hi. Like, I would rather you not say that to me, or to establish boundaries besides being like, hello, Danielle, you have not had a job since before I was born. You know, like, ooh, that's a little, yeah, the lady needs, I think that's the reason why I say, like, maybe they're both the asshole, because, like, I mean, barging into someone's room, and they're not, I mean, there's no context to, like, the relationship between these people, but, like, they're not family, right? Honestly, OP could have put in a less asshole way. Yeah, I think the way that she reacted is a little bit like, that's a little, like, I don't know, barging into someone's room unsolicited, that's a little bit weird. Let's, like, not do that. Oh, she did say they were family? Oh, they are? They are? Oh, yeah, it does. Well, it says I live with a family. I don't know. Wait, does it say? Does it say in, like, the update? Do people not knock anymore? Yeah, I mean, like, my, like, for example, like, my parents don't knock. Like, my parents do not knock. And that's honestly, like, I'm used to it. But it actually scares me more when people, like, knock, because I'm like, holy shit. Like, I was not expecting that noise. But, like, knocking is the norm. Knocking is the norm for a lot of families and a lot of people. And I don't know if I'd be comfortable if a stranger just walked in without, like, giving me fair warning, you know? Yeah, I mean, she was triggered and people can't act rational. Yeah, I mean, like, you can't, I can't really say, like, you can't tell someone to calm down when they're, like, not calm. But, I mean, like, this is a little, I think that this is a little extreme. Like, and at the end of the day, like, yeah, she is technically your employee. Like, you're living in their house. You're living in their house in exchange for, like, a service. I don't know. Does that give it just, I feel like there's, the context needed is, like, the relationship with these people. Yeah, it just says a family, so I don't think it's, yeah. Oh, yeah, Reddit. I am on Reddit today. Lesianta, thank you very much for the membership milestone. Arigato. Oh, judging people, my favorite pastime. Me too. Me too. I love Reddit stories. My favorite. Thank you very much for the membership milestone. Yeah, doing so, yeah, the opposite. Okay, let's read the update. Update. First, as an aside, a lot of the comments here missed the point. Danielle was not angry with me for refusing to do an additional chore at 10:30 p.m. That was not the issue. Even by the most generous of understandings, demanding additional overtime work at the end of a 14-hour shift is unreasonable, and she knew that. During our follow-up discussion, she added a detail I had totally forgotten about. The second room in question has a large potted fiddle leaf fig tree in it, and in order to steam the additional room, the tree needs to be moved. Neither she or I were able to move it after multiple attempts, so at that point I said, until Chris and I can figure out a way to move this, the steam cleaning will have to wait. I know you want it done tonight, but I will not be doing that. Very important context that I missed adding when I was angry. Okay, yes, this is important. The issue in question was the exchange the next day. As to how I responded the second day when she came to confront me on my wording, for that I understand now that I was absolutely the asshole. As one of my close friends put it to me, those are inside thoughts. My context about her work history was also unnecessary and irrelevant. Last night, I approached Danielle and opened the conversation with a profuse apology. No qualifiers, no protests, just that I was rude during our kitchen conversation and I needed to apologize. She in turn immediately apologized for her incredibly poor introduction to the follow-up conversation and for cornering me in the kitchen while I was otherwise occupied instead of meeting with me at a more neutral time. Chris then joined us and we had an extensive conversation. Okay, sure. During the conversation, I asked them to define how they view our arrangement. They were immediately very clear that they don't see me as a tenant, employee, or servant. Here we go. I pointed out that if that is how they want to view things, then I need to be free to say no extra requests. They were receptive to this. I also pointed out that in our state, I could either be considered a tenant or a live-in domestic worker, but due to the length of time I've resided here and the conditions in place, I am definitely not considered just a guest. They did get offended that I see our relationship as fundamentally a transaction, which I found kind of funny, because while they have the freedom to frame it in their minds as we're helping this person out and she's helping us out, it's wise for me to see it differently. I do have obligations to them, and my life has substantially larger implications should this not work out. Okay. In the end, they agreed that because they aren't landlords and I am not their employee, in their minds, I should be receiving more freedom than I have been given. Chris and Danielle have chronic illnesses that make most of the work I do very difficult for them, including a lot of the care I provide for their adult daughter who lives with us. We then outlined, again, exactly what my responsibilities are and what they're not. Finally, to my surprise, they apologized for previous invasions of privacy and agreed that we would put a lock on my room door. Lovely! It is an interior lock only, so I can't lock it while I'm gone, but I am fine with the progress. I was never threatened with eviction or anything like that. People can be emotionally mature enough to talk through issues instead of immediately pulling a metaphorical trigger, which is what happened here. After the conversation, I typed out a long email detailing the terms of my living here as it currently stands and had them send a confirmation in reply. While it is not officially a lease, it is something in writing outlining responsibilities that was agreed to by all parties. Lovely. We agreed that my monthly hours would be reduced to 80 instead of the roughly 100 I've been doing. Whoa. Okay. If the value of that is calculated according to the federal minimum wage, whoa, okay. That's a value of $580 every 4 weeks, which is more than most rooms for rent are in our area. Of course, the labor I do is somewhat skilled and has a market value of at least double. What is she doing? But I used the federal minimum wage for the sake of argument. I also established that the latest I would be available for housework is 9:30 p.m., barring some form of emergency, and if a task absolutely requires going past that time, I will be taking the time back on a different day. Whoa. I know that I will laugh at this in contrast class in the future, but for now, I'm fine with what it is. Like I said in a comment, it's not ideal, but it works. I'm not in a position where I desperately need this anymore, but I'm going to stay here until August because being able to funnel what otherwise would be paid in rent to savings is doing wonders to set me up for the future. To everyone that commented something along the lines of, you have to do everything she says, or you're the help, or you're entitled, I encourage you to think about that perspective more. Employees, household help, and any people in a subordinate position are still very much an individual and deserving of basic respect to their space, their time, and their person. No laws, no matter how extensive, take those basic rights away. Also, if you said it was my fault for being in this situation in the first place, kick rocks. We are all working through our own situations where we pick the best option available if it isn't perfect. That's not weakness or stupidity, that's life. Yeah, the law student. The law student. But I mean, like, I think that if this is what works for them, this is what works. I mean, like, good. At least this had a happy ending, I guess. Yeah, yeah, a little cold. Yeah, I mean, like, and it's really not clarified, like, what her relationship to these people are. Like, what if they were, like, really close family friends and they were like, oh, we don't see you as, like, a servant. Or, like, a maid or whatever. And she was like, well, I see you as my employers. At least, yeah, I mean, like, at least they talked it out. And it sounds like they were pretty... I'm glad that, like, apologies were exchanged. Because, like, it's true that the way that she said things was a little bit much. And it's also true that, like, Danielle probably shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that's good. That's good that good that we had a happy ending. She is low-key their maid. I mean, like, yes, but in this update, she says, like, it says they were immediately very clear that they don't see me as a tenant, employee, or servant. I don't actually know what this implies. Does this mean that they see her, like, as as more of, like, as like a friend? Like, what does this mean? Does it mean that they see her as, what does it mean that they see her as? If that's how they want to view things, they need to be free to say no to extra requests. But this is, yeah, I mean, that's, I suppose that makes sense. But, like, if you ask someone, so how do you view me as your servant? Like, a lot of people are going to be like, no, you know, like, I'd be a little bit curious to know how this conversation went down, because I can't imagine being like, oh, like, I can't imagine someone being like, oh yes, I do think that you're my servant. Like, no. The benefits of, yeah, honestly. I mean, like, it's good to have those things set in stone, though. Like, I think, like, wow, that's a lot. But if it works for them, like, it works for them. Just needed validity for what she said before the update. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that's what, I mean, that's why a lot of people post on Reddit, right? First, yeah, transactional. Sevs, I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like if they had an actual, like, defined relationship, like, I feel like she would have, like, written it out, right? I don't know. That's a man, like how McDonald's sees their employees. No! Yeah. I don't know. It's, I don't, yeah. I mean, glad it ended well, I guess. Glad it ended well, and I'm glad they put a lock on her door. I guess that's the only thing that I was, like, that's the only thing that I was, like, bothered about. Like, I was bothered about the way that she, like... She was like, Danielle, you haven't had a job in forever. It's like, even if that wasn't, like, I don't know. Like, this, that's crazy. That's crazy because Danielle is 59. Like, I could not talk to anyone who is, like, that much my senior like that, you know? Like, I mean, I couldn't talk to anyone like that in general, but, like, what? Anyway. The intrusive thoughts. Yeah, a lot of U.S. states will legally define household contact as being sufficient under verbal exchange. Well, I mean, at least she was taking extra precautions, I guess, right? To be safe. I don't know if she wanted it all in writing, and like, I don't know. Maybe they should have done so before. I don't know. But all's well that ends well, I suppose. Yeah, a little uncalled for. Just a little bit. I see this said telling my housemate. So I was like, oh geez. Young girls in their 20s. But like, one of them was a 59-year-old woman. Okay. Am I the asshole? Navy showers at parents' house. What does this mean? Am I the asshole Navy shower edition? Okay, I'm gonna start a poll before I because I haven't read it yet. I'm just gonna write, are they the asshole? We haven't read it yet. Okay, ready? Am I the asshole? Navy shower edition. I, 33 female, am married to my husband, 42 male. We have 2 young boys under 5 and live out of state from my parents. It's about a 3-hour drive to their house and we visit fairly often. They have a larger home in a beautiful neighborhood and they have very well-paying jobs. Since we have young kids, we often stay for the whole weekend. My dad, 58 male, is ex-military and grew up taking Navy showers, as he calls them. Oh. My grandfather always made my dad and his brothers, as well as anyone else who stayed at their house, take them as well. It's essentially a regular shower, except you turn the water off. When you're soaping yourself up and shampooing your hair. So you'll turn the water on to start the shower, and then turn the water off to soap up and shampoo your hair, and then turn the water back on to rinse it off. My grandfather always said it saved tons of water and was efficient. Growing up, I always thought it was ridiculous because it just meant you were standing there freezing while the water was off for half your shower. My dad always rolled his eyes over it too. Just this past weekend though, he told my husband and I that we needed to start taking Navy showers when we visited. He said my husband takes too long of a shower while he's there and it's wasting water. Okay, so he wants us both to do them. He and my mom both shower that way every day because he believes it saves water and is better for their septic system. It should be noted that my husband is not taking long, luxurious showers for fun. He is balding and shaves his head in the shower every morning to prevent stubble. His showers are roughly 20 minutes? Y'all, I know people that take way longer than 20 minutes to shower. 20, and again, it's because he has to shave his head. Anyway, my dad told us this, and we both politely said okay. However, later in the day, he brought it up again, and I told him I thought it was a little ridiculous to stand in a freezing shower without water, just to save at most 2 minutes worth of water. 2 minutes? Okay. Not to mention, my husband would be turning the water on and off every time he needed to rinse his razor. My dad just repeated that we, but especially my husband, takes too long of a shower. He claims my husband takes 30 to 45 minute showers while he's there. I explained that my husband has never taken that long of a shower and it's a little weird to be monitoring the length of our showers. I told him that it makes us both, but especially my husband, feel awkward and we both feel like we are being judged. He wouldn't budge and just repeated he wanted us to shower that way while at his house because he believed it was better. We of course respected what he said and did the Navy showers this weekend. But am I the asshole or is it actually a ridiculous request? It should also be noted that we all live in the Midwest and it was 12 degrees out this weekend with snow and they keep their house at 67 in the winter, so standing in a shower when you're completely wet without the water running really sucks. My parents are well off. Well, but you're not outside. Okay, anyway. My parents are well off, so it's not a money issue either. I don't mention them being well off to say that therefore money doesn't matter. I just wanted to provide context. Edit, my husband and I both respect my dad a lot and will absolutely follow the Navy shower rule when we are there. I'm actually very close with my dad and he and I have always had a great relationship. I'm in no way going to disrespect his rule or stop visiting. I'm not even angry about the new rule. At the end of the day, it's their house. My husband and I respect them enough to follow it. I just think it's a weird request from them. So why are we posting this? Okay. She wants validation. I get it. I know 20 minutes isn't a quick shower. I wouldn't say it's quick, but it isn't like the longest shower I've ever heard in my life. I take about 5 minutes? That's Meno! That's Meno! Or maybe Meno's even shorter sometimes, but like that's Meno. My kids and I visit frequently, but my husband only stays overnight 1 to 2 times per year. Oh, he has crazy work schedule, so he's not able to come over nights as often, so his showering habits are only an issue 1 to 2 times per year. Okay, well then this sounds like a bit of a non-issue then. This sounds like a non-issue then, but okay. Okay, well, I think in my mind, this post seems like a non-issue, but if we had to make a decision, she's probably been more than 20 minutes starting this reel. I feel like he has such a rigid mindset, let them shower however they want. Yeah, I guess it's sort of a question of whether you are of the mindset of like their house, their rules, or whether you're of the mindset where it's like you should accommodate for your guests. Because like that's important. I think it's like a cultural thing. That's a cultural thing and that's like a values thing, right? His house has rules. Yeah, see? Plus, I literally take showers like this even in cold ass. Yeah, people take showers like that. Okay, I am personally not, like, I leave the water on because that's how I was raised. But, like, for example, I mean, like, in Japan, when you go to, like, the sento, when you go to, like, the public bath or whatever, like, you can turn the shower. I mean, I guess you can turn the shower on. But, like, sometimes it's, like, well, the one that me and Iku and Meno went to, the one onsen we went to, it was so old that there was no shower head. It was, like, you just had to fill your bucket up. Just fill your bucket up and, like, dump it over your head, you know? Like, I'm not opposed to taking showers like that. Like, in my mind, like, that's not a huge inconvenience either. So, 20-minute shower half the time. Yes, 2 minutes water. Yeah, that's not, I don't think that's a very accurate, I don't think that's a very accurate calculation, but yeah, people should be completely to enjoy their water-related activities. I mean, like, it's not not a money issue. There's not like a we're gonna run out of hot water. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that might be true. My house in the States, my parents' house runs out of hot water really fast. I say really fast, but like 2 people who take, like, again, like 20-minute showers. If 2 people take 20-minute showers, there will be the hot water will not be existent by the time it's over. Like, there's not a lot of hot water. So if there's not any of those issues, then, like, I don't know. I mean, like, I can understand the husband, I suppose, because if he's like, I don't know, if he has an issue, like, if someone has enough of an issue that they need the water to be running at all times, like, I can see why this is filtered. I can see why this is filtered. This, yeah. The bucket shower. Yeah, the bucket shower. Who are the ones who take long showers? One of them. It's pretty 50-50. Yeah, I mean, I see why it's filtered. I can see both. I can see both sides of this. I mean, I know I run out of hot water if 3 people are using it in one day. Yeah, in one day? In one day? That's a lot. Like, I think at my parents' house, like, the water comes back pretty fast. I mean, like, so if I don't know, if, for example, there were, like, 4 to 5 people staying at my parents' house, like, as long as we, split showers throughout the day, like, it would be fine. But I need extra shower time to ponder my existential crisis. And some people do. Some people need that. Like, honestly, I was gonna say I have girlfriends, but I have, like, guy friends who take really long showers too. Like, really long showers, you guys. Like, and I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing in there, but, like, I don't know what they're doing in there, but, like, honestly, yeah, do what you want. There's no rules like that in my mind. In my mind, there's no rules, like, surrounding people's, like, shower times. Whatever. Do what you want. But I also do believe in, like, if you're staying with someone, like, you should be respectful of, like, the rules that they have, even if they seem a little like, because, like, that's, you're staying at their house, you know? I suddenly feel blessed to have an infinite hot water with 1 hour shower. Yeah. I mean, like, it is a privilege. How about a worldwide mandatory week-long camp at the wild with no running water or electricity so everyone can get a grip on reality? Yeah, I mean, like, I do think that the way that this post is written, it feels a little bit like that. It feels a little bit like, you can suck it up. You can suck, because it's like, there's this whole thing about the 12 degrees outside too, but it's like, your house isn't 12 degrees. If your house was 12 degrees, like, okay, sure, I'll think about it, but, like, they keep their thermostat at 67. Like, you're fine. Like, in my mind, I'm like, you're fine. But, yeah, I don't know. In my mind, if this was my house, I wouldn't care. Take your shower. Take your long shower. I don't care. But I'm also of the opinion of, like, if you're in someone's house, you should follow someone's rule, you know? Imagining anime music videos in my head. Real. Singing? Do I sing in the shower? Not much actually. I have friends. I have friends that sing in the shower though. I'm a guy. I've taken like an hour-long shower before. Sometimes when you're just like so stressed, the water feels really relaxing, and your mind. Yeah. I mean, that's why people in Japan, they love their baths. Nothing wrong with taking their time in the shower and bath. Yeah, I mean, like, it also just kind of depends on how, like, you're raised. I don't think it's a bad thing to think like, what? Dad, why are you making us do this? But at the same time, it's like, just do it. Just, I don't know. I mean, at the end, she says, like, my husband only comes 1 to 2 times a year. It's fine. That's a minor inconvenience in my mind. Yeah, 67 is low. It is low, but like, you're not going to freeze to death if you turn off the water while you're putting shampoo on your hair. Having limited hot water would be devastating to me and to most of the Japanese people. Real. That's true. They do love their baths. They do love their bath and showers. And showers, because you gotta take your shower before you get into the bath. Yeah. Their bath. Interesting thing to think about. No, but that's how it is. Like, they're like, oh wow, all of my tiredness has gone away because I entered this bath. Like, I'm not even kidding. This is how people in Japan like view baths, which is like good for them, you know? It's like their healing process. Long warm showers are nice, but I hate seeing my fingertips shrink like a raisin. That makes sense. I don't like that either. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them for having their opinions on this type of on the Navy shower, but I mean, like, sure. Like, if my parents suddenly told me that I needed to do this while I was home, I'd be like, okay, whatever. Like, sure, why not? But my showers aren't super long. Like, I'm not sitting there ruminating. Like, I used to though. I used to take really long showers as a kid, but now I'm just like, I just want to get out. I just want to get out, get back to like my doom scrolling, or like get back to my book or something. I don't know. Like, oh, I gotta go take my chicken out of the oven or something. I don't know. Like, I don't take very long showers anymore, so if someone told me you need to turn off the water when you're not using it, like, I'd be like, okay, because that's all I do. Like, I literally get in there, shampoo my hair, like, use the body wash, like, put on the conditioner, face scrub, whatever, and then I'm out. Like, I'm not sitting there ruminating life. But if you want to sit and ruminate life, like, that's a bit of an issue, I suppose. Like, I physically feel a lot better after taking onsen. Yeah. And I mean, like, onsen have a lot of, they got a lot of stuff in there, so it's supposed to help with a lot of things. Only a shower. We took out our bath. Honestly, don't miss it. Yeah, I mean, I was not big. I used to take baths as a child, like a young child, but then I started taking showers when I got a little bit older, and then I never went back to baths until Japan, I guess. Because a lot of people, it's in Japan, not a lot of apartments only have showers, but when they do only have showers, they tend to be a little bit cheaper, and people like are upset about it. Not upset, but like, I think a lot of people who really enjoy the bath every day, like, they couldn't live without a bath. Yeah, gokuraku, yeah. I never thought I'd hear someone saying you're showering wrong. I mean, like, I don't think there's a wrong way to shower. There are environmentally conscious ways to shower, but yeah. And, but, you know. You can ruminate life while doom scrolling too. Yeah, you don't have to stand up. I never understood baths. If you just plop in there with your dirty stuff, then you're swimming in your own dirt. I mean, the thing in Japan, you shower before you enter the bath, so it's like a whole different like experience. It's like you make yourself clean first, and then it's like you enjoy the bath as like a separate thing. Like, that is an experience in itself. It's not about getting yourself clean. It's about like soaking in the hot water. In Japan, at least. This is not the case in your other places. I was gonna say European countries, but I don't actually know how people in like other countries take baths. Yeah. Bath or oven. Oh my god, yeah, the bath. There are no ovens in Japan. No ovens in Japanese apartments, but you have to have a bath. They'd be upset. Yeah, exactly. The ritual. Anyway. Interesting. This is a like this is a very like I can understand why this is like 50-50 because it's not really, it's like a non-issue. It's mostly about like how you feel as a person. It's more similar to how Western people oh, the jacuzzi, the hot tub. I'm more concerned for the people who bring their phones in the shower. Oh my god, I know people who do that too. I've never done that. I've never done that, but like, I know people who do that. Okay. Next one. Are they the a-hole? Phones are like nearly waterproof now. Apparently. I've been too nervous to try, but... Yeah, but I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me just because I want to get out of the shower. Like, I like the feel of the hot water and it's nice to, like, be in the shower, but I just want to get out and do, like, things. So if I had my phone in there, I would also probably stay in there for, like, way too long. Okay, am I the asshole for choosing to sit in premium class instead of economy with my spouse? Work is paying for my premium class ticket for a 9+ hours international flight. Spouse and I decided to make a vacation out of it. We will not fly to our destination together because I will already be there, but we will fly back together. My spouse, together 8 years, got their ticket using points, and they only had enough to get economy class there and back. My spouse got upset with me when I told them I would be sitting in premium on the way back, since it'll be paid for and it is more comfortable in premium than economy. I'm going to say my judgment just on this. They're the asshole. Or no, they're not the asshole. Sorry, they're not the asshole. Take the premium. Okay. I realized they expected that I sit with them in economy, which I think is unreasonable. If the situation were reversed, I would encourage them to sit in premium and not suffer with me in economy. They told me I travel a lot and there's no difference between the economy and premium seats, which I completely disagree with. I don't think it's necessary for us to sit next to each other, especially if the premium class will already be paid for, but apparently I'm the asshole for even considering sitting separately from my spouse. I would get their point if I chose to pay for my premium seat and left them in economy, but that's not the case. In a previous situation, my spouse got upgraded to first class for a 2.5-hour flight. I encouraged them to take the seat, but they insisted I sit in first class since I've never been. They get upgraded occasionally. So I really don't get why they are upset that I chose to sit separately in premium because we won't be paying for it out of our pockets. Am I the asshole for wanting to sit in a more comfortable seat in premium class for a long flight instead of next to my spouse in economy? No, not the asshole. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I just swap spots. True! Oh my god! Good compromise. Good compromise. Yeah. Okay, I get it. You wanna be together. You wanna sit together. Hello? They're married. They're married. They've been together for 8 years and they're married. Do you not like see enough of each other? Like, I think like you can live for like 9 hours. You will be fine. Let them sit. Take the premium seat. Like, I also got upgraded one time to something because I guess they probably just like didn't, I don't know, maybe they had too many seats open, like maybe it was an empty flight, or maybe like they needed more seats. I don't know. So I got upgraded to like premium economy or whatever, and I was like, that was really nice. Like, hey, why not? You know, like if anything, like even the tiny bit of extra leg room is nice. You know, like come on. Clearly needy. Yeah, the spouse is needy. This is very. The genders in this are not clear. Yeah, this is a pretty, in my mind, this is a pretty like, no, you're not the asshole. Like I get wanting to like sit next to your significant other or whatever, but like It's fine. It's fine. You live together. I would. No, I don't even think I would, like, I was gonna say, like, if this was like their first trip together, like new couple first trip together, whatever, maybe I would think about it a little more, but like, that's a nicer scene. Just go for it, you know? Yeah. I don't know. Can see where both are coming from. Yeah, I mean, like, I understand the feeling. I understand the feeling of wanting to, like, we made it a trip for the two of us, so let's sit together. Like, yes, I understand the feeling, but when I think about like, well, this person is going to suffer a little less on the plane for, like, because I know, like, a lot of people suffer on planes. I'm short. I am short, so I feel like I suffered less on planes than certain people. Like, people who have, like, really long legs, like tall people, I feel bad for them because they have no leg room. You know, like, I think that, or people who are like, I really cannot sleep on the plane. Like, I hate planes, I hate flying, I hate traveling, all that stuff. It's like, if they have an opportunity, if your spouse has an opportunity to, like, relieve a little bit of that extra stress, then, like, just let him have it. My mom's a nervous flyer, and if my dad left her by herself, I know the whole flight would be uncomfortable. Yep. No, that makes sense. I can understand that. I guess we have to look at this. I'm not revealing genders for a reason. You should really consider your judgment without gender. This is, yeah, I would agree with that. But if you must put down whether I'm the wife or the husband. Looks like one commenter has judged the husband an asshole and thinks the husband should suffer with the wife and economy. Cost to upgrade is more expensive than the premium ticket itself, which is stupid. Spouse refuses to pay the price for a premium seat because they don't think it's worth it. Why don't I pay for their ticket? I can't afford it. Even if I offer to split the cost for the premium ticket, they will still insist I sit in economy with them because it's not worth the price. Also, we are not utilizing work-funded hotels for our vacation. We are utilizing points. Because some of you didn't get it, the point is it doesn't matter that one person gets the premium seat. Spouse insists we sit together in economy because premium is not worth it to them. It doesn't matter that one person... Yes, I offered and they don't want my premium seat. Oh, they want to sit... Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. They want to sit together. They want to sit together. Yes, they decline the alternative of getting another premium seat because it's not worth it. Okay. Not the asshole verdict to you. All assuming I'm a man. I'm actually the wife, so check your biases. To shed more light on how we found ourselves in this disagreement, my husband travels a lot for work, which is how he's able to rack up enough points for economy round-trip international tickets. I probably travel 2 to 3 times a year for work, and maybe one of the trips is international. I've flown both economy and premium is way more comfortable for a long flight, not to in the different time zone you'll find yourself in upon landing. For those of you that don't travel much and or aren't sure about the difference in amenities between economy and premium, not only is there more legroom in premium, there's more room in every direction. The seat reclines further, and as some commenters have pointed out, there is better food. When my husband travels for work, it's all in US and PR, and he'll occasionally get upgraded to first class. His longest flights are 5 hours, which is the minority, and the biggest difference in time zone would be 2 hours. My husband also does a lot of driving for work, and sometimes it's 9 to 10 hour drive. I hate long car rides. That should also give you some insight into the differences in our tolerance for discomfort / level of comfort, as well as preferences. My husband has since acknowledged that he gets the novelty of traveling a higher class is still there for me, but it's worn out for him. He's also acknowledged that he did a little searching himself, and the consensus is, in a situation like this where work is paying, and because it's a work trip, it's acceptable for me to take the premium seat. However, it would be an asshole thing for me to pay out of pocket to upgrade myself while leaving him in economy. Of course! I would never do that. He still insists the price to upgrade is not worth it. He would rather keep the money and the points because the cost of premium ticket in points is more than his round-trip ticket in points. I agreed. To give you another example, I was in charge of getting us concert tickets to a high-demand show. He told me, get anything but the premium. I tried, y'all, but in the end, the transaction worked for premium, which was 2.5 times the cost of general admission. It was literally one of those scenarios where you'd put tickets into your card, go to checkout, and there would be an error. After that happened over 20 times, I took whatever I could get. I was already okay with paying for premium because I want the experience. He didn't get why premium was worth it, but when we got there and got to skip the long line and go to our premium line where there were less than a dozen people, and upon arriving in our seats with a great view, I was the best wife in the world. Yes, the situation has highlighted our different priorities and needs, especially for a 9-hour flight. And as with any marriage, there will always be a difference in opinion and priorities in one area or another. Yes, I'm definitely the high maintenance one in our relationship. Thanks, Reddit. High maintenance? If you're getting a free upgrade, take it. I don't consider that to be high maintenance, but okay. I don't know. I would sit with my wife in economy if we couldn't upgrade both and would like her to do the same if we were reversed, but I'm not sure if I'd make a big fuss over it. I just sulk. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, I don't think it's worth, like, I don't think it's worth fighting about it. That's the thing. Like, you could be like, oh, babe, or whatever. Like, babe, I'm gonna be so lonely in economy by myself. But, like, you don't have to fight about it, right? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. If it's free, take it, right? Yeah. Yeah. Let her upgrade and enjoy it. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, if he gets upgraded to first class all the time and it's lost its novelty, well, that's only your situation, right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, no, not definitely not the asshole. As someone who like doesn't really care, like if you're saving money and like you're getting something better, yeah, obviously what she said later on about like if she had paid extra money to sit in premium and left him in economy, that's a different story. That is a different story, but like like get that free upgrade. Work is paying for it. Get that. Like, you know, like, if it was like, oh, my mother-in-law, or no, my mother was offering to pay for me only to sit in premium, I would still be like, just, like, maybe you should just sit together. Like, you're going together, why not sit together? But, like, work? Take it. Take it. You know? Yeah, talk it out. But I mean, like, I agree if one of them had really bad, like, flight anxiety, like, or, like, the person who was sitting in economy had really bad flight anxiety, like, yeah, okay, like, let's discuss. Let's think about what we can do, and if nothing's gonna work, like, yeah, sure, maybe, like, it's an option to sit together. But if that's not the case, I mean, this person travels a lot for work, obviously, so I think they're fine. In my mind, like, a good deal like trumps everything. Like, in my like priorities list, like a good deal is very important. So like if you're getting a good deal and you get to have good things, even if that doesn't include me, like, do it. Do it, tell me how it was, you know? I don't know. How was the food? I'd be like, how was the food in premium and economy? Like, what did you get? I had this, you know? Like, I would be very okay with that. Because it's like, we've been together this whole damn trip. We're gonna go home. We're gonna, like, see each other every night when we get home from work or whatever. Like, it's fine. It's not like we're never gonna see each other again. If it was, like, a long-distance relationship and, like, oh, like, we only get to see each other, like, every year. Or, like, every, like, half a year. Like, okay. Okay. But, like, they're gonna see each other on this trip. They're gonna see each other when they get home. It's okay. You know? You know? I'd be more mad if OP didn't go for the free upgrade. Real. If we're in separate classes, can we at least have a tin can telephone? Yeah, I mean, like, what? It's not like you're strapped to your seat. Like, get up and go talk to each other, you know? Yeah. If separation is that bad for the husband, then why don't you just give it a Tokimori? Yeah, be like, oh, here's like something to make you, here, remember me. But it's like, they can stand up. Just go talk to each other. Share your food. I don't know. Okay. Okay, I think I'm depending on how long the next one is, we'll see. Might make this my, like, last one or second to last one. Okay, it's a little long. Maybe this will be the last one, depending how I feel. The more I read, the more I become, like, brain dead. Like, the more I read out loud, I'm like, what did I just read? Am I reading that right? Oh no, that's a Q&A. Okay, next one. Am I the asshole for not telling my fiance I was spending the night at my friend's house? Fiance, 23 male, and I, 23 female. I love how all these filtered ones are from girls. We haven't come across... I don't know about the first one. I don't know about the first one because there were no genders, like, written. But these are all... Like, all the OPs in Am I the Asshole Filtered are female. Okay. Fiance, 23 male, and I, 21 female, are currently unable to resolve this issue. We currently live medium distance. Huh? And only... Oh, okay. They're in a medium distance relationship, you guys. And only see each other once a week. Okay. Recently, my best friend / roommates have moved out, leaving me... Hold on. Wait, I have to... Excuse me? What? Let's reflect on this sentence for a second. We currently live medium distance and only see each other once a week. Even people who live close to each other sometimes see each other once a week. Like, what? Okay, anyway. Recently, my best friends / roommates have moved out, leaving me alone. One moved to the other side of the country for grad school. I didn't even read the title. Am I the asshole for not telling my fiance I was spending the night at my friend's house? One moved to the other side of the country for grad school, and the other moved in with her boyfriend. My other friends also go to schools in a different state or live an hour away, so I've been pretty isolated and craving socialization. I have a few other friends. We can call them John and Dan. 22 male. In town, who I'm not as close to, but have been hanging out with more now that everyone else has moved away. My fiance has met them before and got along. There was not tension, jealousy, or mistrust until now. This week, I was invited out to watch the football game out at the bars with John and Dan. I was so excited I hadn't spent time with friends or left my apartment for reasons other than work in 2 weeks. I told my fiance we were going out and he started getting quiet, responding to my messages slower and send one word. Oh no. I asked him several times if there was an issue and he denied it every time, so I carried on. Because we were drinking, we called for a ride back to John's house and decided it would be safest to stay the night. We stayed up till 4 a.m. playing board games with Dan, John, and John's sister, then turning in for the night. I slept in the guest bedroom. Before falling asleep, I texted my fiance telling him that we should get the same pillows as the one I was sleeping with because they were so comfy. When I woke up, fiance had responded and said, "Why did you spend the night? That's weird." I explained to him that we had been drinking and told him I had my own private room, but he still was upset and went as far as to say I should not be drinking because it leads to bad things like this. Uh-oh. I was so confused because I have never done anything distasteful while drunk, and going out with our friends had never been an issue before now. I know he is getting a lot of pressure from his parents who don't drink about wedding planning and them not wanting alcohol at our wedding. So I don't know if that's contributing to this blow up or what. What bothers me most is his accusatory words saying I'm doing wrong things and I have no common sense. He even said something about how I need to ask him next time. Okay, I told him absolutely not, and asked why he doesn't trust me. He had no answer. I asked him to speak nicer and talk about what he was feeling and why so we could resolve the issue, but he has continued to ignore that and keeps telling me if you didn't act that way, I wouldn't speak to you this way. He clearly has no remorse for the hurtful things he is saying and refuses to see my side. I don't know if I'm completely missing something and I should have done something differently last night. Any thoughts or help would be appreciated. Okay, before we read the edits. I see why this man is upset. However, this is an issue that spans like beyond this. Like, he's not addressing the issue. He's saying, oh, you shouldn't be drinking because that it leads to things like this. But he won't say. She said in the way that she recounts this story, she says, I told him I was going out. This is the thing, because he says I have to ask him beforehand, but did she not? Maybe she didn't ask. She didn't pose it as a question. But didn't she say I told my fiance we were going out and he started getting quiet. So she told him. It's not like she didn't tell him. It's not that he wants her to ask if she could stay the night at their place. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, permission. I agree with that. I don't think that we should be asking for permission. I think that it's more like, hey, we were drinking. We're back at John and Dan. We're back at John and Dan's house, and John's sister is here. We're playing board games. It's 4 a.m. We're all heading to bed. I have my own room. Love you, good night. Like, it's important. It's important for her to update him on what's going on. But, whoa, permission? I don't know. Yeah. Looks like I came back to a real stinker of an am I the asshole. Yeah, I mean, like, he's valid. Like, I think that he's right to be worried, and, like, he's obviously a little, like, he's a little, like, distrusting, whatever. Like, clarity is important. Yeah, not permission. Agreed. I'd rather have her stay than drive under the influence. Yep. Prefer to be told about it beforehand, like if you're refusing to stay the night somewhere. If you're refusing to tell your stay, yeah. I don't think that she was refusing to tell him, because obviously she was like, before she fell asleep, she was like, hey, we should, like, if she didn't want him to know, then she wouldn't have told him at all. So obviously that wasn't the issue. She should have been updating. I don't think that she's the asshole, but I think that going forward, like, they need to set boundaries for, like, if we're going to be out drinking, there's a chance, like, she should be aware. She should be like, there's a chance that I might stay over at someone's house, whatever, you know. Do you know most cheating happens at sleepovers? Let's think about it. Yeah, I mean, of course it's important to let your fiance know what's happening. Like, I think that she needed to be a little bit more communicative, because obviously he was worried. She could tell that he was worried about it even before she went out with them. However, he's not talking about the issue like he needs to be either. Like, yeah, permission. Oof, permission. If he was worried, why didn't you ask about her? Yeah, that's true. That I can agree with that too. Like, if you're out and you're having a good time with friends, I know that there are some people who one of my friends, like, one of my friends, not a long time ago, a few years ago, I had a friend who, when we were out, he would not look at his phone, especially when we were, like, I don't know, because we'd go out to, like, the arcade and we were, like, gaming and stuff. He would never check his phone. And so his boyfriend would always text me, because he knew that we were together. He would always text me and say, hey, could you let insert friend's name here to check his phone, because he's not responding to me, you know? Like, there are people who their mind is not there. And that's just how people work. Like, my dad is like my dad is like that. His phone will be dead. You can't get a hold of him for hours. You think he's dead. You think, like, oh my god, my father, like, maybe he got into a car accident. Where is he? I don't know. And then he'll just come home and be like, and you say, why weren't you answering your phone? He says, oh, it was dead. Like, he just doesn't think about it. It's like people, people just, some people don't think. And as someone who does want those updates, like, I put myself in, like, the fiance's shoes. I would be worried, and I understand. Like, I understand where this girl is coming from too, because I'm that girl. I'm the girl who gets, like, too drunk, and then I'm like, okay, we'll just go back home, we'll stay there, you know. But I'm also the one who wants the updates, you know, so, like, I get it. Sorry, that's me. Yeah, there are a lot of people like that. Like, who just, they are not looking at their phones. And it's not because they're not thinking about you. It's because they're really, like, focused. they're really focused on like the people that they're with, and again, like they want to be in the moment. They're focused on what they're doing, they're focused on the people there, and it just doesn't occur to them. It just doesn't occur to them to like to text or to like to drop a hey, I'm doing this, or like it just, their brains don't work like that. My father is one. I live with one. I mean, I don't, because I don't live at home anymore, but my father's like that. I used to think my dad was dead all the time, you guys. I used to think my dad was dead all the time because I was like, oh my god, he's not answering his phone. He's not picking up. Like, what's happening, you know? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. It's a conversation. They don't communicate. Yeah. She knew he was worried, but she never thought of texting. Yeah, and see, that's where she's a little bit like, that's where she's a little bit like, oh, because you know that she can tell from this paragraph where she's like, oh, he became quiet after I told him what we were doing. Like, you know that he's worried. But a lot of people, but I will say there are some people, their minds, they just don't work like that. It does not occur to them. It does not occur to them to say, oh, I'm gonna do this, oh, I'm gonna do that. I swear to God. I swear to God, because I know these people. I know these people. I'm literally your dad. Literally. My father. Literally, I'm like, oh my God, my father, he's dead. He's dead. Like, when my dog, this is a sad story, but when my childhood dog, like, died, my mom got the news from the vet and she was crying. She was sitting on the stairs and she was like crying. And I was like, oh my God. And I went down there. I was in like 5th grade and I was like, did something happen to daddy? Because I thought my dad died. Because I was always scared that he was gonna get into a car accident and like die or something. Because it was like, because when you can't get a hold of someone like that, like it just, that's what you feel like. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. You might have realized she was drinking, like, isn't it more reasonable to clear the cheating allegations before they make it happen? Of course, that's like the ideal situation, but just like the woman, just like the girl who like yelled at her house, maybe not yelled, but the girl who like threw massive shade at her landlady about her jobs, like, you're not thinking about it. Some people just don't think about it in the moment. When you're the person who needs that like sort of clarification, you're better at like doing the same. Right? But like, if you're not that kind of person, the thought does not cross your mind. Oh, es tu papá, papa ute, papa ute. If you put yourself in such situations, of course they'll think you're sus. Of course, yeah, and I think of course communication is key. Like if someone, like for me personally, because I am this girl. Like, I will spend the night at my like male friends' places. Like, that's not an issue for me. I mean, like, as long as obviously we're not staying in the same room or the same, or like, not even honestly, we're not sleeping in the same like bed, you know. But like, that is a completely non-issue for me. A complete non-issue for me. Like, I slept in the same room. The last year I did a trip with like what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including myself, like 6 of my friends. We all slept on one of my friends' living rooms, you know, like that. And like guys and girls, you know, we split the bathroom. There were 2 bathrooms. There was a bathroom upstairs, there's a bathroom downstairs. We're like, okay, girls' bathroom upstairs, boys' bathroom downstairs, let's go, time to do. And we all just like slept on random mattresses on the floor, you know. Like, it's not like I am that person. Like, I don't care, and I don't think that like, oh my god, men and women are in a house together, like something is bound to happen. Like, that's not my mindset, because that's not how I live my life. And like, I have a lot of male friends, and I have male friends who have a lot of female friends, you know. Like, that's not, it's not really but what's important is that you're communicating that, right? Like, you feel a lot safer. You feel a lot safer to be with someone who will say to you, by the way, these people are sleeping over, or I'm sleeping over here, than to someone who like tells you that after the fact. So obviously I get where this guy's coming from. Obviously. Like, there's But if he was mad about it, if he was like worried about it, then he needed to vocalize that earlier. Cause she can tell that something's up. But she also said, "Are you okay? Is something wrong? Is there an issue?" And he said no. It says he was denying it every time. You can't force this information out of someone who's not willing to give it to you. And if he's not willing to be a little bit more open about what he's actually feeling, then you should be able to do your own thing, you know? You didn't ask permission from Iku? I mean, my friends from high school are the same way. My female friends give me the ick at this point, but your partner might know this. And yeah, that's really important. And it's important that like your partner is like familiar with those sort of relationships, you know? Maybe he's been exposed to it happening too many times. Yeah, I mean, like, he could have been cheated on, obviously. And I think there's something... We also have to think about how these people are really young. I mean, I say that, like, being not that far away in age, but, like, when you're young, they're engaged, you guys. They're engaged, and they're, like, 23, 21. Like, wow. Like, let's let that sink in for a second, too, you know? More rather is better. Real. Well, the communication on both sides. Yeah. Yes. I agree. There's a lot to be said about, like, effective communication. Because if he went straight out and said, if she was like, is there an issue? Is there an issue? And he said, yeah, actually, I don't feel comfortable with you going out with these guys. I would prefer if you went out with them while I was there, or if you brought another one of your girlfriends. There we go. Solution. There's a solution, right? But if he's saying no, there's no issue, but sulking about it, like, you're not offering a productive solution. And she's gonna do it because you're saying there's no issue. And she's trying to get it out of you, but she can't get it out of you. So. Yeah. Oh. That's young. That's young. Ooh. Yeah, he doesn't... Yeah, they're babies, right? They're babies. They're babies. They are babies. I mean, I don't know. And there's obviously, like, levels of maturity, but I would say that this guy also doesn't really have, like, a very high level of maturity if he can't communicate this, you know? I didn't learn to speak up until my late 20s. See? Yeah, I think... And obviously he doesn't know how to be vulnerable either. I think that's important because she's telling him like, oh, she's asking him, speak nicer, first of all, talk about what you're feeling and why. And he says, if you didn't act that way, I wouldn't be speaking to you that way. That's not what are you talking about? Like, that's not the issue. She's literally asking you how you're feeling. She's asking you how you're feeling, not why you're... She's not saying, why are you talking to me this way? She's saying, why are you feeling this way? Boop, boop. Seemed like she was perfectly avoiding the elephant in the room, especially when they're trying to communicate. I don't know. I mean, like, I didn't really feel that, but, like... His accusatory... if anything, it sounded like he was he was avoiding the topic because he was saying she's doing things wrong. She doesn't have common sense, but that's not the issue. The issue is that he doesn't feel comfortable. He doesn't feel comfortable with her spending the night at her 2 male plus sister's place. Like, and that is his issue. But he won't come out and say it, you know? Like, young guys talking about they're feeling good luck. Well, then you shouldn't be getting married, in my opinion. In my opinion, if he can't talk about his feelings, then maybe you shouldn't be getting married. Maybe you shouldn't be engaged at 23. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think that age, like, you could be very emotionally mature and get you can get married whenever you want, in my opinion. Like, that's your decision. Depends on your maturity levels, obviously, but if you're 35, and you can't communicate your feelings, then, well, maybe you shouldn't be getting married. Yeah. I don't know. You should not be engaged. It's been 5 years? 5 years? Is that what she said? Yeah, anyway, I don't know. That, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This sounds like maybe you shouldn't be getting married. Anyway, let's read the edits. Edit, I completely understand it made him uncomfortable, and I told him I would be willing to talk to him and come up with a solution so it doesn't happen in the future, or find an alternative he would be comfortable with. I'm more upset with how he is speaking to me regarding the issue. I feel like he's just putting me down and is not actually trying to resolve the issue. Edit 2. I should clarify a few things. I didn't think to mention when originally writing this. Oh, okay. The bar we were at was on the other side of town where we live, and it has been snowing pretty hard, so when our driver picked us up and said that the roads were slick, we thought it would be best to go to John's family's house because... Family's house? Does that mean his parents were there too? Because it was only a few minutes away from the bar we were at, so his sister, mother, and father were all also there. Okay? Okay. That's... First of all, this is very important context. Thank you very much. Yeah, she mentioned John's sister, but I mean, like, I assumed it was someone's apartment. Fiance and I have been together for 5 years. Oh, it does say that. Our whole relationship hasn't been medium distance. Not the medium distance. I'm pretty familiar with his friend group back home, but there are a few girls that hang out with them occasionally, and I have only met a few times. There have been a couple nights where they all have stayed at, one of the guys' houses while drinking, and I had no issue with it. Last edit, and then I am done adding to this post. It's not that I am not close with John and Dan. We all have been in the same friend group for the last few years. It's just that we'd hang out in group setting till our other friends moved away. He's missing out a lot of details. No wonder he got mad. I guess, but she just didn't put them in the post. Maybe she mentioned these details to him while talking to him. Her issue is the way that he's talking to her. Like, he's putting her down. I would also be mad if someone was like putting me down. Like, if this happened to me and like my like fiance was like, this is why you shouldn't be drinking, I would be like, hello, that's not the issue. What are you, like, just say you're uncomfortable and let's figure out a solution, you know? Dude, the medium distance, that's crazy. They live, only see each other once a week, so it doesn't say how far away they live. But once a week? That's so funny. I'm in a medium distance relationship right now. Oh, I'm in a short distance relationship right now. Okay, yeah, let's look at the comments. And then we'll end the stream today. This is a good, I like this one. I like this one to end on. It's pretty, I think it's pretty, like, I can understand. Also, I can imagine from my YouTube analytics how many, like, the gender split in this chat as well. Not the asshole, assuming of course you would have zero issue with him staying overnight, having been drinking at one of his close female friends, and she said that that's what he's done that before. Close those medium distances. If a couple came to me and they were like, so we're currently in medium distance, I would laugh. I would laugh inside my head, but I can't do that. I can't laugh in their face, but I would laugh in my head, and then I'd be like, oh, wow. That sounds tough. You guys, being a counselor does not mean you have to be a good person. Let me just say that. Let me just put that out right there. Okay. Anyway. That's not really a good point. It's not what she's comfortable with, so it's he's comfortable with. You can't assume your partner is comfortable with something just because you are. I can agree with that to an extent, because we all have different, of course, like, it's like the last story, you know, like, some people have different values. Like, the guy in that story, he didn't want to spend money for premium economy because it's not worth it or whatever. So that's like a value where obviously things are not the same. The values are not the same between two people, and so you have discourse and you fight about it, sure. But in this case, I think that if you're going to hold someone to a certain standard, then you should be prepared to hold someone else to a certain standard. Like, in Japan, I would hear stories of mainly, like, young couples who were like, oh, you know, like, oh, my girlfriend was really possessive. My girlfriend was really possessive, and I and she made me delete all the girls in my contact list, or she made me block all of the girls on my Instagram. But I mean, the real question is, if you're going to make your partner do that, are you ready to do the same thing? Like that, because you're making them sacrifice something pretty big. Like, even if it's not deleting all of your male friends off your Instagram, like, could you sacrifice something like that for your partner? And if you can't, like, then we have an issue, you know? Yeah. They've been together 5 years, are engaged, and they don't know each other's standards. There we go. Like, that's an issue. That's a really big issue. Yeah. It should be their choice at the end of the day. But we need to know like what everyone is comfortable with and like what you're willing to do, you know? Like, if you're forcing someone to delete all the girls from their contact things, it's like, could you do something that big? Because like, in my mind, if someone told me to do that, if they were like, okay, now we're dating, you need to delete all of your male contacts, you cannot have any contact with male friends anymore, I would be like, excuse me, you've deleted like 80% of my contacts. Like, that's, I don't have friends anymore. Like, what do you mean? My friends are gone. Like, I would not personally be able to do something like that. But of course, like, if you're with someone who's like, yeah, I will do that for you, then there's no issue, you know? It's crazy, yeah. It's a red flag. It really is, in my opinion. Is like, I think obviously overall, like, all of this discussion, at the end of the day, like, both of the sides need to have like better communication, and it's crazy that they don't have like actual rules set for these situations in particular, because this happens. This literally, are you kidding me? This happens so often. Even in my mind, like, because I'm someone who also like wants the updates, like, even if my significant other was staying the night at their like guy friend's house, I would want to know. It doesn't even matter if there are girls there. Like, I just want to know, you know? So, every cult starts to delete your content. Like the last guy that wanted his spouse to suffer with him. I mean, I'm not saying like let's suffer together, but like, it's like, are you willing to do that for me then? Like, yeah. Like, yeah, I'm not saying let's suffer together, but like, if you trust yourself, to like be this way, like, why would you trust me? Like, it's just, I don't know. Yeah. Even if they're nice about it, the aim is to clearly make you dependent. Yep. The aim you need to delete contacts is pretty insecure unless it's valid, like an ex or something. Yeah, I mean, oh, please delete the pictures of your ex off your phone. Like, okay, yes, valid, you know? Oh, these 20s kids work on their communication. I feel like people are getting better about communication, like, these days. Or maybe I could be wrong about that. But, like, I think that we live in a society, like, that values, well, actually, that's a lie, because there are kids getting, like, red-pilled on the internet. But is that what you call it? That's what you call it, right? So maybe not. Maybe not, but, like, at least, I don't know. I don't know. I do think that there are, like, I mean, with the stronger focus on, like, mental health and, like, let's talk about, let's be open about our feelings, you know? I don't know. Yeah. Get that economy downgrade. I don't know, does the money come back? Maybe. Oh, in my mind, okay, if that was me, if I was the wife if I was the wife in premium economy, if I said, oh, can I downgrade to economy to get a seat next to my husband, and they were like, sure, here's like $100 back, I'd be like, okay. Because that wasn't even my money in the first place. I take it. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, if I was able to get free money from that, I'd be like, woo, let's go. Okay. Do you not have any friends of the opposite sex, like at all? Okay, not sure if you're an asshole or not, but I certainly wouldn't want my fiance to be going out with men, drinking, and then sleeping over at their houses. I find that inappropriate. And that, yeah, I mean, I think that there are people whose standards are like this too, and that's totally fine as long as your standards are matched. And even if your standards aren't matched, you need to have like rules set in stone, you know? I honestly don't understand the "you're the asshole" comments. Your partner was being passive-aggressive even before you texted him about the pillows. Yes. You stated in one of your comments your fiance has slept over at his friends of the opposite gender's house overnight with no issue. Your fiance is allowed to feel uncomfortable, but the way he is speaking to you is unacceptable and hypocritical. I think there's some bigger issues here that you two should sort out before you get married. Real! Also, maybe you should add to your post that your fiance has slept over at women's houses and you found no issue with it. Yeah, worth the downgrade. Real. And from experience, some male friends do have romantic interests on the female friends, but at the end of the day, you can still have genuine friends of the opposite gender. Of course. And honestly, I'm of the opinion, maybe I'm in the minority, I don't know. But like, in my opinion, if it doesn't go both ways, it ain't gonna happen. Like, if that, from a male perspective, if you're like, oh yeah, like maybe this girl is my friend, but I'd still sleep with her. Like, sure, you can have that thought, but is that girl gonna sleep with you? No. If she's trustworthy and loyal to her person, like, she ain't gonna sleep with you. You know what? Maybe the same thing cannot be said for like men, and I would not know that because I am not a man. But I would hope that my significant other has the decency to not, you know, like I don't know, like. Like, in my mind, if they're a respectable, if they are like, I can't believe Aoi isn't a man. Oh my god, I know. I talk about not being a girl all the time. But that'd be like their only purpose of being your friend is to pursue you, and that feels kind of bad. In my opinion, I don't care. If you have ulterior motives, you're going to suffer. In my mind, I don't care. Like, I will be, because I am the kind of person who will be like, yeah, I'll be your friend. But like, I'm not extreme. If I was like extremely emotionally involved with someone, that would be a different issue. Like, if I was like, oh my god, you're my best friend, I can tell you everything, and I know that you would never have ulterior motives, then maybe that would be a different issue. But a lot of my friendships I would not say are at that level. And so, like, if I have male friends who want to sleep with me, like, sorry. Like, sorry, but that's your issue. Like, you're gonna have to suffer. Because I'm not doing that, you know? Oh my god, Aoi not dad? What do you mean Aoi's not a man? Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. PSA to any, like, male that becomes my friend, like, I'm not sleeping with you. Yeah, that's your problem. That's why. Like, I understand. I understand, like, I can understand that. I can understand, like, especially from, like, a girl's perspective, if you're being, like, pursued like that, it's just, like, and, like, you're hoping for a genuine friendship, like, yeah, that would suck. That feels bad. I get it. But, like, in my mind, I'm like, if you have issues, like, if you can't keep your thoughts, if you can't keep your, like, I'm a man, like, issues, like, to yourself, like, at the end of the day, like, girl's not, like, she ain't sleeping with you, so, like, I don't know, like, you're gonna be the one, like, suffering in the end, whatever. Yeah, take advantage of you when you're drunk. Of course, that's I would say that. But the guys, like, it would really also depend on, like, it would really depend on, like, the people who you're hanging out with. Because, like, I know a lot of people, I do have people who I would think to myself, yeah, I would not trust this person. Like, I will say that I think that a lot of girls in particular, I mean, maybe guys too, honestly, maybe you have a, I don't know, maybe you men out there, maybe you have, like, a good radar too. But I have noticed, and I think that this is I think that this is a thing, that, like, girls, like, you kind of know. You kind of know, like, yeah, this dude, like, if he had the chance, If he had the chance, yeah. Like, it's there. And so I think that there are a lot of, even within my, like, male friends or whatever, like, there are some people who I would not sleep, like, at their, like, apartment, you know? Like, even if they had a separate room. There are some people who I just wouldn't, you know? And I know that. And there are, but then there are other guys, there are other guys who I would literally let them sleep on my floor because I know for a fact that, like, nothing's happening there. Like, and I know. You have that for other men too. See? There you go. There definitely are girls I've been around where I've thought that. Yeah, you, like, feel it. You're like, yeah. Yeah. It definitely depends on the vibe. And if you're with someone else, you need to make sure that they are well acquainted. Like, that they're well acquainted. And if they're not well acquainted, that you need to be communicative. You need to be updating. You gotta have, you know, you gotta have boundaries. You gotta have rules. How do you know, Aoi? Because I can tell you. Do you want me to? Oh, this is the stuff that I normally talk about on members, but, like, I don't really care because I literally did this. I've literally done this before. Like I've let my friends stay on my floor because they're not gonna do anything. Never in a million years, you know? Because, like, in your bathtub, if I hang out with my friends, if I make friends with someone and I am like, that's not happening. Or, like, if you're in the category where it's like, yeah, I don't think I would trust this person to sleep on my floor. Or you're in the category of like, yeah, you can sleep on my floor any day of the week. Like, it just depends on what category you're in, you know? You know, so, yeah, but if you want to sleep in my bath, I don't know, we gotta go out a few times first. Let's get a few beers beforehand, you know? It's so over, bros. It's so over. Aoi will let her male friend sleep on her floor. Like, I literally don't care. I literally don't care because I'm not about to like make a move on someone I ain't interested in. Thank you. Anyway. Let's see. When I was OP's age, I'd be crashing at friends' places all the time. Same gender, opposite. My partner was of the same friend group and he didn't care. We were all one big cat pile half the time. I've also done this. Not everything leads to sex or even attraction. True. OP communicated with him the entire time, it sounds like. I don't think this is true. It sounded like there was a gap. Which is kind of on her, I think. Like, obviously he needed a little bit more reassurance, but if that was the case, he needed to talk about it. The way he's talking to her and what he's saying is mad controlling. It's gross as hell. Babe, you're young. Don't rush into a marriage with this guy until problems like these are sorted. True! He's not communicating well at all, blaming you being a hypocrite about what he can do versus what you're allowed to do. How he's speaking to you and what he's saying are way bigger issues. Comment above nailed it. All the you're the asshole are focused on the wrong things here. You are not the asshole, especially because you communicated the entire time. Throughout it, you weren't being secretive or anything. On top of that, separate rooms and being responsible while drinking. All fair. I'm glad you stood up for yourself in this because he is treating you poorly and has been since early in the post. Okay. Bathtub sleeping privilege. Yeah, and I mean, like, if it's a separate room, I'll let you crash. Obviously, it's a separate room. I would not have a bathtub in my bedroom. If it's the if you want to sleep in the bed, or not the bedroom, if you want to sleep in the bathroom, if you want to sleep in the bathtub, sure. Honestly, I don't care. 18 and 21 is a sleepover golden area. Exactly. I've cat piled with both my male and female friends. Like, 4 or 5 of us just on the floor. Really, like, in very close proximity. Did anything happen? No. We literally just slept or didn't sleep because it was the floor. Literally the floor. Foxpiled. Yes, we've foxpiled. We've foxpiled. I don't know, get you a partner, and if you're not comfortable with that, if you are not comfortable with foxpiling, get yourself a partner that is also not comfortable with foxpiling. Then you won't have this issue. Like, I think that, I think for me personally, because I am a really big advocator for like male-female friendships or whatever, I would never be able I would never be able to be with someone who was too suspicious. You know what I mean? And I'm like, even if someone was like, I don't know, maybe someone's like my ideal person in every other way, but they want me to like not hang out with my male friends, I would be like, we need to either like go to therapy or like maybe not, because in my mind, my friendships and my social connections outside of my like relationship is like way more important. Well, maybe not way more, but like it is very important. Like, I miss the days. Yeah, I miss the days of fox piling too. Actually, that's literally, I was fox piling like 2 years ago. Yeah, that was fun. In my experience, the worst thing that happens is that we discovered the middle one tosses around. Oh yeah, the worst thing that happened when we weren't fox piling, but we were when we were all on the floor of my friend's like parents' house on like mattresses. Like I slept on the couch. Like my friends who were like a couple, they got a mattress. And like, yeah, it was we were all just like on separate mattresses. In my experience with that, the worst thing that happened was one of my friends woke up and he was like, one or two or something of you snores. I'm a heavy sleeper, so I didn't care. But he was like, one of you snores. I'm not going to say who, but one of you is snoring. This is so funny. Anyway. 2026 timekeeper off foxpile. If it's saving us money. Imagine telling Aoi not to be social. Yeah, exactly. That would just be a very big deal breaker for me. And I have friends who they only need their significant other, and that's it. Like they don't need anyone else. Like they don't need friends. Like they're good enough with their occasional interaction with like their partner's friends. They're okay with their occasional like Discord calls with like their friends, like long distance friends, like very occasional, I think. And like and they're fine. They just go about, they live their life every day. They wake up early, they go to bed early, they have a good schedule, and like they have a job and they're working, and like but they're only like their main social connection that they see like more frequently than once every like 2 to 3 weeks probably is only their partner. And I think that they're both at home too all the time. But they're okay with that, and like that works for them. And honestly, that's good on them. That's why you gotta find someone with like the same values as you in that respect. But I could never do that. I would die. I would go insane. Yeah. I wouldn't do anything overly suspicious if I was with someone, but if I trust them enough, I wouldn't force my own standards on them. Yeah, definitely. We're seeing when someone farts! Real! And 240 pounds, you don't want to fox pile. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't say we've fox piled, but we were like sardines. There we go. You were the snorer. I don't know. I hope not. I don't think I snore. I hope not. Aren't you the kind of fox that's above average sus to their partners? Maybe. Honestly, I'm going to be honest and say maybe, but I would never hide anything. But because at the end of the day, I've been saying this, but like I'm also the person who wants communication. Like I need to know, like we don't have to be together all the time. That's fine, you know, but like I would like that, like, oh, I'm heading to so and so's house now. You know, like, oh, heading to bed now. Did this today. I'm the sort of person who needs that. So, yes, maybe. I will say that maybe I could be overly sus. I think I'd take a lot of actions that might make, like, a potential significant other, like, worried. But I will also say that I'm pretty communicative about it. Like, I will say, I'm not comfortable with you doing that. Could we come up with a solution? Or I will say, I'm doing this today. Like, just making sure that this is fine. This is happening. Like, I don't know. Like, my friend's staying over, or like I'm staying over at my friend's. Just letting you know. So, I will say that, yeah, like, maybe I am that partner, but at least at least I'll message you, like, every step of the way, you know? I don't know. Snore related, I know. 160, let's do it! Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I don't know. You have a kid, that tends to happen. That makes sense. I mean, that makes sense. Once you have, like, your own life, and, like, it's shown, it's like a psychology thing, that your social circle gets significantly smaller as you get older. So, like, it makes sense. But as someone who is still needing a social life, like, as someone who needs a social life, I could never be with someone who is limiting my social life, you know? So, I socialize out of necessity. I socialize out of an inherent need. Need to find that person on the same wavelength. Yep. I don't want to hear always snore now. Is that weird? I don't think I snore. I don't think I snore unless, like, maybe I'm, like, really tired. I don't know. I don't think so. My dad snores, though. So maybe if it's genetic, like, maybe I'm in danger. If we talked about only ask is no taking my snacks. If you want some, just ask. Real! Oh my god, that's so real. That's my rule too. That's my rule too. The next con all the time. Viewers will be fox filing on the floor. Okay, yeah. Send me a picture, you guys. I will always make it a point to telegraph my plans and any significant changes to anyone who I know might worry. Yeah, like not even like your partner. Like if you're living with your parents or something, like, hi, not gonna be back home till 12 or something. Like, I don't know. One time I didn't do that. One time just recently I didn't do that, and I called my dad at like midnight and like woke him up. And I was like, hi, can you come pick me up? And then I felt bad about it. So like always be communicative. If it's would you really have a partner like this? I would not. This would not happen. Yutaki, thank you very much for the 6-month membership. Arigato. Always feeling Reddit tea and speaking facts. Thank you. I really enjoy reading everyone's opinions too. Like it's like, oh yeah, that's true. That's true, you know? Yeah. I wonder if there's a way to know if you snore or not without recording yourself or asking another person. Ooh. I don't know. Snoring while tired is acceptable. I think, yeah, if I snore, if there are ever times where I snore, I think it's because I'm really tired. Sometimes I wake up to my own snores. That has never happened to me. But maybe it's because I'm a heavy sleeper. Or Toki Papa would have chat. I know, he picked me up. It was past midnight. I was like, damn, I should have called a little bit earlier and said like, I'm still planning on being here. Do you want me to sleep over or something? I was like, damn, this is why communication is key, everyone. Not just to your significant others, but to your parents or anyone who might worry as well. With modern earbuds, snoring is a non-problem. Ooh, agreed. Yeah, my friend ended up using like earplugs, I think. I was like, damn, you're a light sleeper. Anyway, Pokemon Sleep. Yeah, Pokemon Sleep was like recording for a while, but I was like, okay, I want to turn this off. I don't know, where is this going? If you're a heavy sleeper, you're less likely to snore? Oh, I didn't know that. I can handle snores, but teeth grinding. Oh, teeth grinding. I don't know if I've ever heard someone grind their teeth in their sleep, or maybe I'm just not awake to hear it. My whole family snore, but I'm too much of a heavy sleeper to care. Real. Wow, whoa. Not the asshole, but I want to say I've been married to my wife for 20 years. I trust her in ways I never imagined I could. More than any of my parents, best friends, or family, and not one time in our relationship have I thought she was sleeping around. But if my wife called me and told me the same innocent story you wrote here, tiny Donnie inside of me would be freaking out. I wouldn't go after my wife because I do trust her and recognize the fear is my insecurities, but that's 20 plus years of background and experience. At 23 years old, I most likely wouldn't have been able to handle the situation either, no matter how innocent. There you go. Here we go. Being lonely is hard. Maybe you could find a hobby group to fill the gap. Oh. Yeah, teeth grinding. Yeah, some people grind their teeth in their sleep. Last two posters cooked hard. Yeah, agreed. Noise has never been a problem for me since I sleep with earbuds on. But I can always sleep even without them. I thought I could sleep through snoring, but my friend's snoring is so loud. It sounds like an engine. That might bother me. I don't think I've ever met someone whose snoring is that loud. Redditors get this old. Yeah, there are some people on Reddit that are really old. And yeah, when you're that young, yeah. The asshole, you literally told him. Yeah, I mean, she told him, but I think there were more things that needed to be addressed. I mean, like, I think this is on him. I think him being passive aggressive to her, but not telling her what was actually up, is that's on him. But he needs, like, she should not have had to like accommodate for that if he wasn't being, if he wasn't talking, you know. But on the heart health Reddit, nearly everyone's 40 plus. Real. On the Japan subreddit too, there are a lot of people who are like married. It's interesting. I still have a short clip of a guy in our army group who snores sounded like a rusty door hinge. No. Yeah, Reddit. I think Redditors are pretty old, I would say. Okay, if this one's short, I'll read it. Oh, it's short. Okay. Last one for real. I honestly find it harder to sleep without the background noise. Oh, I like background noise too. You know, JP Bros use 2chan instead. Oh, but the Japan subreddit is for like foreigners. It's for foreigners who live in Japan, and they're always married. Not always, but a lot of them are. Am I the asshole for eating a to-go croissant at the coffee shop? Perfect one to end on. Oh my god. My wife and I were out running errands. We stopped to get a coffee and a snack. We both order a coffee from the barista who comes around to take coffee orders. I then get up to order a croissant from the bread counter. Upon ordering, I'm informed there's a $2 surcharge for eating here. I decline this and say takeaway is fine. Ooh! I return to the table, the coffee has arrived, and my wife has ordered some food as well. She ordered an egg salad sandwich. I tell her about the silly $2 surcharge on a $3 croissant. I put my croissant in my jacket pocket to eat later as we walk to the next shop. When her egg salad sandwich arrives, I can tell she doesn't want to eat alone, so I take out the croissant and eat with her. Then she goes quiet, doesn't say another word until we leave. Outside, she proceeds to tell me how upset she is by what I ordered and should have paid the extra. This is obviously a bit of a surprise to me. Oh wait, let me end the poll. End the poll. Eat the croissant. Kind of cute in a weird way. Yeah, it's a bit of a... This is obviously a bit of a surprise to me. Instead of escalating things, we both decide it's best to go separate ways and she decides to go home. Oh, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. She paid the extra though. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sounds like they just divorced. I know they went their separate ways. I will say that when I'm like very, I've talked about this before, but I hate being watched. I hate being watched. I hate doing things that would make me stand out, like in public. But so I would say part of me, like if I was like the wife in this situation, I'd be like, don't do that. I might be that person to be like, don't do that, because like I'm paranoid. Like I'm overly like anxious about like what people are like, who's looking, when they're looking, if I'm breaking any rules that people are going to see. But she ordered food. Like, she ordered food. Like, I think for me, this is an issue of how much they ordered. If he only ordered... I hate drawing attention. Yeah, yes. So if he only ordered the croissant, they sat down, and he started eating the croissant, I would say no. I would be like, okay, no, don't... Let's go outside. I'd be like, literally, let's find a chair to sit. Let's find a road to sit on. No, let's find like a bench to sit on outside, you know. But she paid for something. Like in my mind, this is a question of how much are you willing to like bend the rules of the coffee establishment. At the end of the day, like, yeah, like she's eating. They both ordered coffee. She was eating a whole egg salad sandwich. I'd just go for the croissant. Why not? Would you early in a relationship? No! She just went home! They didn't end the relationship. She just went home! Okay. And yeah, I totally agree with that. The communication. If he if he takes out the croissant and starts eating, she should have stopped him right there. She should have been like, whoa, 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 wait. And because he misinterpreted the situation too. He was like, it looked like she wanted me to eat with her. Clearly she did not, and you misread that. But she needed to say, wait, don't do that. And then he could have been like, I thought you wanted me to eat with you. And she could say, no, that's not what I wanted to, that's not what I wanted, you know? They did put it for the table. Ah, is that what it means? Low-key me not really understanding what a surcharge is. I guess that makes sense then. If that's it, then like, yeah, that means, yeah. Yeah, we went our separate, yeah, we went our separate ways, and she went home. Take out surcharge? You understand take out surcharge? We, in Japan, they have eat in surcharge. I thought that eat in surcharge was more common. Yeah, table. I thought it was like I thought it was more common because you're paying for the table. Better pay $2 for a lawyer. Real. But yeah, I mean, I would say this was pretty easy. She needed to say something earlier. Eat the croissant. Take out discounts. Ah. Take out discounts. That's nice. Nice. Wait, this one on the side. Would I be the asshole if I asked mother-in-law not to refer to herself as mommy to my cat? I'm sorry, what? This is silly, it is. I'm sorry, what? My mother-in-law, husband, and I all live together. She can't drive, so I usually do everything she asks for. She told me she wanted a cat. I talked to her about cats, looked for cats for a few months until we all agreed on a really cute cat, and then we got a cat. After which, she told my husband and I that she never said she wanted the cat and didn't even like cats after we brought her home. We kept the cat back with us, and we do everything for her, so she's our cat. Now, this cat is super attached to me. She's on me when I'm sleeping or awake. She stands vigil while I use the bathroom, and she's at the door as I leave in return. My husband said it's like she looks at me as her mommy, which is cute, but I don't really refer to myself as mommy. However, I heard my mother-in-law refer to herself as mommy, while my husband is referred to as daddy to the cat. It makes me feel a little weird. I've always felt like she has looked at me as competition. I've had to tell her before she's not married to her son. I am. And the way she tries to overtake my position as her son's wife gives me the ick. I have let her step on me before trying to keep the peace, but I really don't like how it feels. So my question basically is, if I asked her not to refer to herself as mommy with our cat, would I be the asshole? It's already been solved. Okay, it's a solved question, but... That's so funny. This also has bigger implications than just the fact that she calls herself mommy to the cat. Like, this is a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, mother-in-law issue. That's so funny. Does she also refer to herself as mommy to the husband? I doubt it. I guess it's just the cat. She calls herself a cat's mommy, even though she like claimed that she didn't want the cat. Not the asshole. Cat mom is an established title. Real, if the cat's attached to you, but then again, the ultimate answer to this one is you have bigger issues. This is a bigger issue. The implications make it a little funny. If she doesn't want the title, her issue is that what she feels weird that her mother-in-law is a boy's mom. Oh no. Oh no. Family issues. Yeah, I mean that's what like most things are, I feel like. The only things that like people really need like this sort of validation on is like, I mean, I guess if it's your neighbor's baby and you're calling it Jeff Bezos, that's like a different story. But like it's mostly about like relationships or families, you know? Like, you got bigger problems? Yeah. Yeah. What does the subreddit looks like on Take? Oh my god, I bet if you like looked at the analytics for Am I the Asshole, like it goes like, I bet it goes like way up during the holiday season. I was listening to Reddit stories and there was one where it was like the wife was posting, or yeah, the wife was looking after like her husband's like niece and nephew, like babies, like really small. Like I think one was like 5, maybe 5 or 6, and one of them was like still in like a baby. And a dog came and like started attacking, like grabbed the niece and like started attacking the child, and her husband ran. Her husband ran, and she like had to step in, and like she got bit too, but like she had to step in, like grab the girl and like protect the kids, but her husband ran. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Is this a woman thing? What is a woman thing? The mother-in-law issue? The issue with these posts, they're biased. Oh, that's true. That's true. I feel whenever I read Am I the Assholes, like I need it. We're judging it under the assumption that it's biased, and I read these like I'm watching a reality show, because like we know that reality shows, like they have they're scripted sometimes, like they've got their editing issues, they have their producers behind the scenes being like, yeah, so, you know, like it's not reality. And like in the same way, I don't think Am I the Asshole is the reality of anyone's life, because like there are two sides to every story. So I read these and judge these as if I'm watching a reality show. You're so good. Yeah, it's like reading drama. I love it. It's awesome. Yeah. Didn't think about it that way. This is a perfect way to describe it. Yeah. So like none of these are that serious. These are serious to these people, but you're not gonna know the whole story unless you hear both sides, or unless you're there, you know. Just hearing my dad recount a police report to police, I'm like, bro, he's getting every detail wrong. Yeah, people don't remember, and it's like, who's to say that like your truth is the real truth, right? No. This just feels like a really petty thing to be beefing with your in-law over. I think, yeah, like from a distance, from just reading the title and reading the first part of the post, like yes, but clearly this mother-in-law and daughter-in-law have issues with each other, like at a deeper level than the cat. Like she says that her mother-in-law is trying to be her husband's wife. Like that's weird. That's weird, you guys. Like we don't know what's actually going on, but if she feels that way, like clearly there's some deeper issues there. That'd be one wild YouTube channel creating the Am the Asshole situation as comedy skits. Oh my god, that would be really funny. Plot of 12 Angry Men. Real. Yeah, we're all unreliable narrators. Exactly. That's a wild thing to claim. I mean, it is, but that's how she feels. That's how she feels. That's her truth. Maybe the mother-in-law doesn't think of it that way at all, and she's like, what do you mean? I love you as my daughter-in-law. Like, I would never want to do that. I would never want to make you feel that way, but you won't know until she talks about it. You're spot on. Thank you. Maybe my perspective is skewed because my parents never had problems with their in-laws. My maternal grandparents adored my father. There's a lot of issues with in-laws in my family, so so yeah. Yeah. The cat is just the middleman. Yes, the catalyst. Could be as simple as a cat has one mom and one dad, and she just chooses the oldest mom. True. Exactly. Yeah, communication. Exactly. Yeah, it's just, I'm like, yeah, you never know both sides to the story. But reading Reddit stories is really fun because you're getting all the tea without having to be involved. And like, even when you hear stories from like your friend, you know, it could be your friend like complaining about like this or that and the other, but like you're not hearing the other person's side either. So, but you want to take your friend's side. It's like that, you know. You want to hear the tea to hear the tea. It's all about the tea. Okay, I'm gonna stop because I'm planning on making my feta tomato pasta, and it takes a while, so I'm going to wrap up for real this time. For real this time, I will wrap up and go do my thing. Take a photo of the pasta. I did. Wait, okay. I mean, I could take another one, but there is a photo of the TikTok pasta. It's on my alt, I think. Just fed up with us. Oh no. Oh no. Let's see. Thank you everyone for the membership milestones today. We have Lesianta, thank you for 17 months. Arigato. And thank you Yutaki for 6 months. Thank you. And Demon, thank you for 32 months. Arigato. Thank you. That's a lot of months. Unless Fox File. Thank you for the coming stream, Ollie. I hope you have a delicious meal. Thank you. My YouTube shorts below the stream has macaroni and cheese. Ah, mac and cheese sounds so good. Time to get some takeout croissant and eat it in the restaurant. That might have. I mean, we are in. After all, miss, this is France. They can sing, they can dance. After all, miss, this is France. Okay, yes. Thank you, everyone. Let's see. Let's find someone to raid today. I think I might stream a little bit earlier tomorrow because I'm going out at night. So I'm actually going out in the morning and at night. So I think it'll be in the middle. I think I might do a JP main stream tomorrow. I might play the new Chilla's art game. That might be on the roster because Iku said I think I remember Iku telling me it didn't take her that long. So yeah, I might play the new Chilla's art tomorrow. And I will try to make a schedule at some point. Oh, always hanging out with boys. I am. I'm hanging out with my gay BL friend. But technically, yes, I am hanging out with boys. Thank you for the donation. Arigato. Mac and cheese and brisket on. Oh. Without permission? Oh my god. We love big gay. Yeah. My friend's boyfriend is in Japan, actually. They met in Japan. And they're actually long distance. I can't believe it's so funny because like the jump from medium distance to long distance in that person's like view, it would be crazy. What would be considered long distance for that person? Like what do you mean? Did you ask for Iku's permission to hang out with my gay French friend? You get Iku to meet with the boyfriend side will say, oh, true! Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, like, cause different country is definitely long distance. But like, if the girl in the last story was like, oh, me and my my fiance are medium distance and we only see each other once a week, it's like, wait. So what is long distance for you? Like, meeting once every 2 weeks? Yeah, once every 2 weeks. Medium distance. Crazy. Like, out of state. Yeah, out of state. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're in the US, definitely out of state can be pretty far. Thank you for the donation, everyone. Nanako says, always love hearing Aoi takes. Oh my god, the reasonableness is so comforting and restores my belief in humanity. Thank you, love you. I Santa, please. Pet. Thank you, Nanako. I'm glad. I'm glad that my takes are reasonable. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm the weird one for not like wanting to sit next to like my spouse on the in economy. I don't know. Like maybe I don't know. But I don't know. I'm waiting for the one day. I'm waiting for the day that I'm like, oh no, this person's like not the asshole, and everyone is like, oh, what? What do you mean? You both do shift work. You might be in the same house and see each other once a week. Real, right? Long distance when you're sleeping on the couch. What would be short distance? Living together? Yeah, I guess. Like living like I don't know. Or what do you mean? Long distance is 2 single beds instead of queen size double bed. For real. Wait, that was the wrong page. Thank you, Nanako, for the donation. Arigato. And Dingo said, "Am I the asshole for being stuck at work during an Aoi stream?" Yes, I am. Sorry, I didn't underestimate your online literacy. You mean wait. Sorry, I underestimated your online literacy, right? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, like, judging from some of the other responses I've given other things in the past, like, it's a valid assumption. It's okay. I forgive you. I forgive you this time. Thank you for the donation, Tingle. And no, you are not the asshole for being stuck at work during an Aoi stream. Please do your best at work and get rest. Anyway. The one take, yeah, the one take where you're like, Aoi, that's a bad take. Am I gonna offer the seat to someone who needs it more? Oh, that's true. That's true. Get rest at work. Get rest. Yes, get rest after work is done. Get lots of rest. Not your fault. Blame the boss. Exactly. We all know Aoi's secretly an internet veteran. Maybe, but not in like the specific circles that you need me to be. I remember, I think I was back when I was back for Thanksgiving a few months ago. We were talking about like what is it? The Costco bros or whatever? The Costco, the Rizzler and like the whatever. And I mean, obviously I'd heard of like the like Rizzler sticking at your yacht for the Rizzler. You know, like, I mean, like, I don't know, like I knew the word Rizzler and I mean, I know the word Riz and like whatever. But like me and my cousin were like, what do you mean? Like they were like all the guys the guys at the table, so like my cousin's boyfriend and like our family friend, they were like, you don't know the Rizzler? You don't know the Costco bros? You don't know yeah, the Rizzler's a real dude. And like and so we had to like, yeah, and so like they like he pulled it up on his phone and I was like, what the hell? And that was the first time I'd ever, like, I'd seen a Costco bros, who are they called? What are they called? I had seen one TikTok of them once before and I was like, what is this? And I just kind of like watched it and like scrolled past it because like that's what you do, you know? Like it was never showing up often enough for me to like think it was a trend. But the Costco guys, there we go, these are actually yes, the Rizzler is the Rizzler. Wait, so the Costco guys, you have to correct me, these are real people. Yes, isn't that crazy? I didn't know either. So like the Costco guys are these content creators and they like, oh yeah, Costco hot dogs or something, chicken bake or something, and the Rizzler is like their friend or something, right? Yeah, the friend. Yeah, and he's young. He's like a child. Is he not a child? Right? The Rizzler has become more than a man. A fairy tale. Isn't he a child? See again. Sticking out your yacht for the Rizzler. You're so skibbity. You're so phantom tax. What is it? I just wanna be your Sigma. Freaking come here. What is it? Give me your Ohio or something like that. I don't know. Does Bibu Brain want? No, it has like there's an original version. Original version. Yeah, it was a thing. I don't know what it was, but it was there. This is a stereotype of characters who are friends. Something Ohio, yeah. Okay, yeah, they're like friends. Yeah, he's a kid, and I didn't think I had no idea that the guy would be a child. I was whoa, that freaked me out. I was like, what do you mean the Rizzler is a child? Okay. So why do I live in this timeline? Real? He's born in 2006. No! Wait, the Rizzler? He's not even 10! Wait, he's not even 10 years old! Oh no. What? Okay. What? Okay, I'm gonna end stream. Oh no! I don't like that! Okay, anyway, thank you for the donations, you guys. Thank you for the donation, Nanako and Tingle, and thank you for the membership milestones, you guys. Oh my god, what? Let's see. Let's see who we can raid today. Woo! 2000 was 25 years ago. Ooh, that's weird. That's really weird. Oh, I don't know if I want to think about that. You can stop that. My bones. I know we're all gonna die. Okay, let me see. I think I'm gonna raid into Shiki. Let me make sure she's still like streaming. Yeah, okay. Let's raid into Shiki. Oh, we're old. We're old. My hair can't get any more gray. Oh my god, my hair, I am graying. I'm graying so bad. Well, maybe not so bad. I'm not like old enough to gray like really bad yet, but like I have a lot of like hairs. Okay, anyway, let's stop talking about this. Let's stop talking about this. Tomorrow, I think I might play the new Chilla's Art game, the camera game, JP main probably, and I'll start at my usual JP main time, which is like 2 p.m. CET. So yeah, silver hair incoming. Oh god, imagine I get like a new outfit, and it's like it has like a gray hair toggle. Because I literally have too many gray hairs. Okay. Anyway, let's raid into Shiki. I still don't have a schedule, but I'm streaming this week, and because I feel better. I was waiting until I was sure that I like felt okay. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better today. And hopefully this keeps up for the rest of the week. So I'll be streaming every day. Woo! I think we're gonna have karaoke on Saturday this week instead of Sunday. And perhaps is tomorrow Thursday? Yes, it is. And perhaps we'll play some Cook Serve Delicious on Friday. Thanks for sipping the tea with me, you guys. Glad you're feeling a lot better. Thank you. Your time guardian so old young is just yeah, definitely. Silver Fox. Is it Brainrock Karaoke week though? No, it's not. It's probably request karaoke this week. See you later, Ali. Thank you everyone for reading Am I the Asshole with me. It was really fun. I love these. And thank you for sharing all your opinions. It's important to have those because who knows, maybe I'm really biased about something, and like I think it's important to exchange opinions and debate. So thank you for all of your comments and stuff today. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks for coming, you guys. I love you all very much. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Otsumori deshita. Bye bye. See you soon. Otu asshole. Bye bye.